A Napa guy knows the only way you'd give a freshly minted driver a brand new car is if he promises to never drive it. Instead, let him grind the gears and knock over the neighbor's mailbox in something a little more suited to his skill level. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, he can safely drive something that's nearly as old as he is. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for him. That's Napa know-how.
Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
Christ's sake, man. I hope for all the folks that have been writing into the Blog Talk Radio Network, for all the people that have been emailing me, for all the people that have been concerned, this is not the last Friday's broadcast was not the last broadcast of the True Capitalist Radio Show. Let me break it down to you like this. April Fools, man. In the words of Tony Montana, I was only kidding, man. I was only kidding. You know, I thought I was only kidding. So, hopefully people didn't get too upset. It was just a joke, you know. And I know a lot of people that, basically wrote into to the BTR network. The BTR even got a little concerned, for heaven's sake. BTR even got a little concerned. They were like, what exactly is the problem? Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. This is another episode of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, episode number 58, for all the people that are keeping track with the broadcast. Once again, before we get into anything, I'd like for everybody to please retweet the broadcast, go to your social networking sites, go out there and do what you got to do. You understand what I'm saying? And spread the word. Spread it around like wildfire and send them to blogtalkradio.com/ghost. You understand what I'm saying? And let me explain something to you right now. This broadcast is pure word of mouth. That's what's so beautiful about this broadcast. You're talking about digital culture. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, seriously. blogtalkradio.com/ghost. Let everybody know what's going on. Anyway, let's get into the markets because, if we look at the markets, it fell a little flat today. With the exception of the Dow Jones Industrials, of course, blue chip stocks doing fairly well as a secure play. You can start seeing the bears move into this market, so to speak. But let's move on to the markets real quick, and then we'll move on to other subject matters. Dow Jones Industrials closes out today, folks, at 12,400 on the dot. Man, 12,400 on the dot. S&P 500, before I get to the S&P, the Dow Jones increased today 23.31 points, a percentage increase of 0.19%. S&P 500 closed out today at 1,332.87, an increase of 0.46 points, a percentage increase of 0.03%. NASDAQ closed out today at 2,789.19 points, a decrease, of 0.41 points, a percentage decrease of 0.01%. And like I said, stocks fell flat, but if you've been looking at commodities, You don't even have to be an investor in commodities to know that, commodities have been hitting you in the pocketbook, because everything just seems to be going up in price, no matter what you go out and spend your money on, for Christ's sake. And if you've been an avid listener to this broadcast, you would have already anticipated this, because this is what we've been discussing ever since True Capitalist Radio 1. So anyway, let's get to the commodities, because they are on fire. You understand? Unbelievable fire. Let's go to the Brent crude, because it spiked up today dramatically. Brent crude closed out today at $121.05. It increased $2.35 today, a percentage increase of almost 2%, just 1.98%, 2% today alone. Brent crude oil, of course, is the crude oil that is shipped out to Asia and Europe. Gasoline futures are up once again, so we're not going to see any decrease in gasoline prices anytime soon, especially going into the summer months where, most people travel, they take trips, that sort of thing. I think people are going to kind of be a little apprehensive on that type of activity this summer, based upon all the gasoline futures, all the commodities, everything. We're going to talk about my prognostication, and I hate to say it, folks, but a double-dip recession is coming along, in my view, and we're going to talk about that at the end of the program. But gasoline futures are up today $11.75, an increase of 1.18%. Heating oil futures are up $2.55, an increase of 0.81%. Natural gas futures took a little bit of a hit today. They were down 8 cents, a decrease percentage of 1.83%. WTI sweet crude, folks, this is the price, and I don't think that it's going to go down anytime soon. We've been talking about WTI sweet crude. We've been wanting that price to get down into the $90 range, anywhere from $99 minus. Unfortunately, right now it's closed out at $108.28 a barrel. And I don't see that barrel of oil going down at anytime soon whatsoever. I just think that there's just too much destabilization in the Middle East, and I think that even if there is something that transpires, it's going to take a long time to adjust. You're not going to get these production lines that used to be dependable for these types of crude shipments. Whoever's going to be in control of the Libyan oil field. There's just a whole bunch of things that aren't answered. So I think in the short term, I see WTI crude oil going up. And believe me, I have been. Hey, why do you think I've been telling the listeners to look at that price to see if whether or not we were going to go into an actual rebound or if we were going to go into a double-dip recession? Now, I hate to admit it, I think that we're going into a double-dip recession. It's been over $100 for too damn long. Yeah, and I don't think that the Federal Reserve and the Congress, I don't think any of these people are understanding, the president for that matter, I don't think they're understanding that, we need some job creation. Not just a bunch of bureaucrats, not just a bunch of, makeshift jobs that are given to by crony corporations. None of this type of stuff. You understand? Anyway. WTI sweet crude, folks, and this is the crude oil that is shipped into North America. It's up at $108.28 today. It increased 34 cents. What the hell am I talking like? Gomer Pyle? Jesus Christ. 34 cents, a percentage increase of 0.31%. And like I said, for the short term, I just see that going up. Not to mention other agricultures. Everything's going up. Canola futures up $4.10 today. Cocoa futures up $9. The Ivory Coast situation still destabilized. Civil war, all kinds of disgusting war crimes happening at that point in time. But it doesn't seem like that's important to our humanitarian or supposed humanitarian president. or our supposed humanitarian United Nations, NATO, whatever the case might be. But cocoa futures still up. For all those folks that don't know, the Ivory Coast is the biggest producer, the biggest world producer of cocoa futures. This is why we have seen a continued rise in cocoa, and we're going to continue to see it rise unless one side of that particular situation overtakes the other. It's despicable. Coffee futures are down $3.85, a decrease in percentage-wise 1.48%. Corn futures are up. I mean, they're up. We're going to see corn. I mean, I was bitching about 1 ear of corn for $1. I mean, at the rate we're looking at this corn price going up, it's up 24.25 today, a percentage increase of 3.29% today alone. I mean, corn futures are probably, I mean, let me tell you something. Ears of corn are probably going to go for like literally $2-3 an ear for at some point. I mean, give me well, maybe not that much, but damn near that much. Believe me. I mean, I'm looking at the futures here. They're going up the roof. We just got the crop report last week. We reported on that. Producers in America reported that they were going to make more corn and more cotton than they've ever produced in American history, and yet you still continue to see runs on futures prices when it comes to these commodities, and that should tell you something. That should sincerely tell you something. Anyway, corn futures are up big time. Cotton futures leveled out. They stayed flat. No gains or losses today in the cotton futures market. Wheat futures are up, once again, just as much as every other commodity is up. It's up $41.25 today, a percentage increase of 4.50%. Sugar is up 53 cents, an increase of 2.09% today alone. I mean, do you hear all these increases in the damn commodities, for Christ's sake? I mean, this is going to hit everybody's pocketbook, not to mention that you got to go pump up at the gas. I mean, where is there going to be any kind of consumer spending? Where is there going to be any kind of consumer confidence in the short term? I mean, we need job creation, for Christ's sake, and it's just not happening. And, you look at the prices of oil, you look at the prices of agriculture, everything's going up in the futures market. Let me tell you something right now, it's a double-dip recession happening. I advise every capitalist out there to start hedging your bets. Not to mention, you got all that to consider as a capitalist, right? The increase in oil, the increase in commodities. The news came out today that the dollar is at a 5-month low against the euro, which means we're losing value in our dollar. Not to mention, we've got this government shutdown that could possibly happen this Friday that could throw the whole economy out of whack because these bozos in Washington can't agree to a 2011 budget. I mean, it's just a disgusting disgrace what's happening here. Anyway, I'm cautioning all capitalists right now, you better hedge your bets against something decent. Let me tell you, equities don't look bad if there is a government shutdown at this point in time. Neither do commodities. There are so many other things that you got to think about when it comes to this potential government shutdown. This is a very serious subject matter. These assholes out here in Washington are playing politics. They're throwing their schlong heads out on the table, seeing which one's longer, and we, as the American people, are being utilized as a bunch of nimrods. And it's disgusting. I mean, it's just a disgrace. I mean, especially taxpayers. You understand what I'm saying? Taxpayers make me sick. It makes me sick that these people out here are using our money. They're using the taxpayers' money to sit here and negotiate all this ridiculous nonsense, man. There could be a government shutdown this Friday. There could be a government shutdown this Friday. I mean, does anybody know the potential of that? I mean, the credibility that would be lost in the American economy on the global scale, for Christ's sake. I mean, do you understand why the dollar is weak? These scumbags, all right? These scumbags that are out here in Washington debating our tax dollars, our tax money, they are sitting here playing like God, like dictatorship, as if they made it. As if they made it, for Christ's sake. Anyway, let me get on with the futures. I'm sorry. Sugar futures once again are up 53 cents, up 2.09%. Soybean futures, what's up, soybean? They're down, unfortunately. They're down $9.75, so soybean futures are down. That's the only thing that's down besides lumber. And, of course, the reason we've seen sell-offs on lumber for the past few days, bad real estate data, bad real estate economic data, although there's a lot of optimists in the real estate market that say that it's a bottom here, that there should be some considerations in certain real estate markets for some bottom feeders and speculators to go out there and see what they can do. But you should do your own research and see what's going on there. Anyway, lumber futures are down $5.35. Oat futures are up. It's another commodity. It's up $10, an increase of 2.60%. We got soybean oil. Soybean oil is up 20 cents. All right, what's going on? We got wool future. All right, we got wool futures leveling out flat, no change. Copper saw a modest sell-off. I saw some volatility in the copper futures market. They were down. They closed out down today 50 cents. Gold, people are starting to feel a little uncertain, so they're putting it back in these precious metals here. Gold is up $5.70 today, a percentage increase of 0.40%. The price of troy ounce of gold is $1,434.60 today. Now, what have I been saying about silver, baby? What have I been saying? I have been saying the market bulls have taken control of the silver market. If you'd been listening to me for the past couple of weeks, I have been bullish on silver. Silver is going up the wazoo, for Christ's sake, and once again, I mean, it's a bubble, of course. I'm not saying that it's something that you want to see yourself long-term in, but I can see $50 troy ounce of silver. Let me tell you something. Today, it went up 82 cents, an increase of 2.18%. All right? It's $38.55 a troy ounce of silver. Silver is outperforming per dollar rate gold at this point in time. I mean, the market bulls are in complete control of silver. All right, I mean, these are decent commodities to be on the short term. You accumulate them physically if you don't want to invest in the market, if you don't know how to invest in silver or gold futures. Accumulate these things. Put it in a safe. You understand? I mean, put it somewhere, and let me tell you something. You can liquidate them at some point in time when need be, especially when these damn silver prices are so high. You know what I mean? You can actually liquidate these things. Unbelievable. I know. I mean, somebody was saying silver was up over $1. It's the volatility. I mean, I saw gold up about double digits today also. I mean, the uncertainty, it was helter-skelter. Let me tell you something right now. The volume in the equities market is concerning me. There's not enough investors in the market to basically legitimize this bull market. In my personal opinion, I just think that if there's a government shutdown on Friday, the thing you'd want to be in is commodities, stocks, or any kind of physical, transferable, valuable product or piece of merchandise or good. I mean, I hate to say that because these guys out here in the Washington, they're just playing stupid with our money, man. It's despicable. Anyway, live cattle futures are down. They're seeing sell-offs in the cattle futures. They're down 40 cents today. Cattle feeder is down 32 cents today, but it's not going to, knock off any damn money off our cheeseburgers. I'll tell you that. I'm still going to pay a lot more for a T-bone steak out here at Perry's in Austin. But anyway, lean hog futures, once again, I've been bullish on lean hog futures. We've been seeing steady increases. We saw a modest sell-off, last Friday on lean hogs because equities were going up, and you were going to see individuals who have taken considerable gains in a certain market sell off and try to parlay some of those profits in other markets to get more profit. It's the capitalist way. Anyway, lean hog futures are still going up. They're up 30 cents today, a percentage increase of 0.29%. Let me tell you something, and that's the markets for your ass. Once again, be concerned about the impending double-dip recession. We're going to talk about it extensively later on. But before we do, once again, I want to talk a little bit about the True Capitalist portfolio before we move on to anything else, because let me tell you something. This is beyond Bernie Madoff numbers, and Bernie Madoff was a goddamn Ponzi pyramid scheme scandalous jerk-off. All right, now let me explain something right now. For all the individuals that have, oh man, I just lost my place. Hold on a second. Here it is. All the individuals that listened to the True Capitalist radio broadcast back on February 4th and got in, you know what I mean? Got in on COKE, all right? And that's Coke. If you'd have got in with us or entertained the idea of entertaining that stock at $53.16, today it closed out at $68.61. It went up $1.82 today alone, all right? Now, you know how much that is? You know what I'm saying? All right, do you understand? You understand how much of a damn percentage? That's 30% on your goddamn money, baby. Woo! I'm not at 30% on your goddamn money, for Christ's sake. I mean, if that ain't a pick, I don't know what's a pick. You know what I mean? It's just, oh, Jesus Christ. You know, I should open up a Negra on that note. Everybody. There you go. There's a can of beer. Anyway, cheers, everybody. Cheers. Hopefully everybody's out there capitalizing. It was a flat day on the markets today, but don't be grim on these markets. I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to believe in in these markets, man. I'm serious. Anyway, cheers. Let me put it to you like this. This Friday, all right, this Friday, if there happens to be any kind of a government shutdown, the worst thing you could be is that guy that has all his money stuffed in his mattress, or all his money, in dollars in a safe or something of that nature. Because if this government shuts down, in essence, that money is, worthless until, do you understand? It's kind of serious here, and we've been just kind of, been trying to, pussyfoot around with this crap with extension after extension, and then you got these politicians trying to play ballsy here. So, if you've got a couple of, if you have some capital, you would entertain other ideas, other financial instruments. Anyway, man, 30% on your money. If you would have listened to us on symbol COKE, 30% on your money. 30%! Good God. Let me go on to another one. AGP, Amerigroup, which is one of these my kids insurance companies, and they do other things too. But they do deal with the Social Security people, the people that my legs be hurting, baby. I gotta get Social Security, baby. My legs be hurting. They deal with them people. Anyway, we were bullish on them February 18th. If you'd have listened to us, you would have got in at about $55.85. Today, it closed out at $65.69. Man, that's 18% on your goddamn money, baby. Woo, man, I'm telling you, man. What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Jesus Christ. And then the same day, I was bullish on another insurance because I did my research on insurance here. HealthSpring, symbol HS. All right, February 18th, we were bullish on it. The price was $34.15. Today, it closed out at $40.10. That's 17.42% on your goddamn money. Man, woo! Good God, man. I'm not joking. Seriously. Seriously. This is what I'm talking about. These are the kind of plays you want. You win some, you lose some, but, the ones you win, you want to win them big, baby. You understand? You want to win them big, and I always win big. I love winning big, baby, when it comes to stuff like that. That's not the only one either. That's not the only one. No. What about my ETF, baby? The ETF that I suggested when I saw that oil was going to go up the roof, when oil was at its $80 range, borderline $70 range. All right? Let me break it down to you like this. I tried to research some fashion for the listeners to invest in and capitalize on the gains. You know what I mean? On February 22nd, you can look back in the archive also. I mean, I actually said, hey, look, I researched this. I want people to take advantage. I'm taking advantage. And I want people to take advantage of the rise in oil, right? So I put out this ETF, symbol OIL. Oil. OIL is a symbol. All right, February 22nd, I was bullish on it. $23.90 was the price at that particular time, all right? You know what? Today it's $28.66. That's 19.92% on your goddamn money, man. Woo! Man, I love reading. I'm reading my own board. That's what I'm saying. It's beautiful, man. Man, let me take a chug on that one, man. Oh, man. Let me tell you something, man. You want to know why I do all this research? You want to know why I go out and try to do what I do? Because I got to have it. Oh, I got to have it. Oh, man, sorry, man. I'm sorry. Anyway, last but not least, man, Valero, and that was a recent one, March 3rd, I thought it was way undervalued at the time because you look at all the other oil companies and all the other energy companies. These are high-priced stocks. Exxon, Chevron, these are high-priced stocks here. Even beaten up BP is a high-priced stock in comparison to what it should be. Valero was $27 at the time. As a matter of fact, when I was bullish on it, it even dipped down lower there. You could have got it cheaper. But let's say you bought in at $27 on March 3rd. Today, it closed out at $30.07, baby. And that's 11.3% on your goddamn money, man. Good God. I mean, Jesus Christ. Cheers to everybody out there who's capitalizing. Cheers to everybody out there who's kicking some ass. And not to mention, this is just the True Capitalist portfolio. Go to capitalistarmy.com, www.capitalistarmy.com, the only social network for capitalists, true capitalists. I give out a little stock tippage every now and then. I'm known to, go out and let everybody know what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. I mean, hey, everybody should be out here capitalizing. Am I right? Everybody out there should be making some capital, baby. I mean, come on, man. Come on. That's what it's all about, baby. Just making money is what it's about. And anybody who tries to tell you otherwise is a Poe. Is Poe in America, or they got kids. They got my kids, baby. I couldn't do that because of my kids. Everybody who says that to me, not to get off the subject, but everybody who says my kids, don't you think that you would have gotten a little bit financially secure before you got my kids? Don't you think, don't you think that you should have like some, money in your bank account, secure job, making sure a relationship is going to be cohesive enough to actually have a responsible family to bring into a child. I'm sick and tired of hearing, oh man. You know what, Goku? I'm glad you brought up the winner of the viral video contest, because unfortunately the viral video contest took a whole turn for the worse. All right, you had this tech guy situation. All joking aside, All right? That was a very serious situation, and I was talked to by Blog Talk Radio about it, but they didn't kick me off the air. I just used it as a, as an opportunity for for an April Fool's joke, But and the viral video thing is just something that I just have to take a step back on. But I'm not gonna stop. I want to give out some money, okay? So the viral video thing, never in my wildest dreams did I think that somebody was going to use some pre-teenage girl to advertise the broadcast. And I'm just saying, you know what I mean? There are some videos that have lots of views here. I mean, there's some with some views, but at the same time, I'm going to take a step back because of this tech guy situation as it relates to the videos. So what I'd like for people to do, all right, because anybody can make a video and take my clip, because that's what everybody's really doing. They're taking my clip of my show and putting my avatar on it and then putting it on YouTube and, want to get $200, which, give me a break. So what I'm thinking is, how about there's a little refer area in the Capitalist Army join page. All right? There's a little refer there. You can actually, put in who referred you to the Capitalist Army, all right? From now until, I'm not even going to make it that long. From now, because, I don't want to make it that big of a deal. Now until the 30th, whoever refers the most peeps, and they have to be real peeps. Don't be trying to, just put in, don't be an asshole trying to join about, 50 or 60 bogus accounts, because I'm not going to accept them. But whoever gets the most referrals, and not to mention, okay, I'll even throw a little bit even extra, okay? I'll throw an extra $50 to whoever is whoever's voted the best profile. How about that? All right? $200 at the end of the month for the top refer to the to the Capitalist Army, all right? www.capitalistarmy.com. All right? And $50, and this is cash, baby. I'm not going to, do no, you have to supply me some way to mail it to you, because I ain't doing this PayPal or check to go or whatever the hell. I ain't doing this crap. I'm gonna put the cash in an envelope, then I'm gonna put the envelope inside another envelope, and then I'm gonna go ahead and send it out. So bottom line is $50 and you know how you vote on Capitalist Army. Anybody can vote. You don't have to be a member really to vote. But vote for the best profile at the end of the month, April 30th. We will see who's the best profile. You know what I mean? What am I going to do about the video? I can't do anything about it. What are you talking about? What am I going to do about the video contest? I mean, the video contest was screwed up. They got screwed up because some pedophile decided that he wanted to go out and, utilize his private stash of, Roman Polanski collection in an attempt to, win the $200 on the viral video contest, which is an utter disgrace. It nearly got me in trouble, for Christ's sake, all right? Give me a goddamn break. And for the most part, every video out there is just my voice and my show and my avatar, and that's all there is to it. You know who I think should win? What are you talking about? Like who? Like what? Did you just want to hear a winner in general, or what? I don't know. We'll see a winner. I've got a few YouTube accounts that I usually patronize that usually put up rather decent content, but even so, all right, even so. All right, now look, bottom line is, give me some refers, all right? No, the tech guy did not win the contest, all right? He got disqualified because you can't do some illegal activity like put some pre-teenage Nickelodeon, watching female in a provocative, situation in an attempt to, try to, gain. You just can't do that, man. I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, do you understand that by rewarding someone, that this opens up a lot of, can of worms because of this situation with the, I don't want to get into it, all right? I don't want to get into it because, man, it never did my wildest. I was trying to do some innocent little, viral video, you know what I mean? And, somebody get creative, maybe somebody make a cartoon or something, somebody do something, create, and then no, and it just didn't happen, and as a result, we got, in trouble, or almost got in trouble, because we had a tech guy do some, precarious activity, and I don't want to get into it, man. It's sick. It was a sick situation, man. I'm not happy about it. I'm a little upset about it, to be honest with you, man. You know what I mean? Somebody said the Drinking Tards had major views. Yeah, it had major views, but it made me look like an asshole. All right, and I said that in the beginning again. I'm not gonna pay you if you're gonna make me look like an asshole, which that one did. All right, and mind you, that little tard video, whoever the hell made that, I think it was Dick Burns. They put me on the damn, the Facebook page for Teens Against the R Word, which is some serious organization against the word retarded. I mean, they really genuinely are against this word. And, you put my voice with, and it was obviously some prank call, all right? You took some, prank call out of context, and then you threw some disgusting pictures of some horrific human, mentally handicapped specimens on top of some grotesque sayings on top of them, and then you put my voice over it, and then I'm the one demonized. I got emails for that crap, all right? I mean, you can't make me look like an asshole and make me, in trouble with all these damn. I get in trouble enough with enough organizations. I don't need, a tard organization after me too, all right? I don't need it, all right? I mean, seriously. So, look, the bottom line is that, obviously viral videos are out the window. Everybody just took my clips and, put my avatar on it. I'm not very happy with that, but anyway, check it out. Refers and the best profile. All right, April 30th. All right, $200 to the top refer to capitalistarmy.com, and I'm giving $50 to the top profile. All right, and let me tell you, that's all calculated. That's all there is to it. All right. If you get the worst profile, I'll tell you what. If you get the worst profile, I'll send you a can of an empty can of Negras. That's what I'll do for you. That I drank. How about that? Just kidding. I'm not going to do that, man. That's disgusting. Anyway, let me go ahead and get on with the show, man. I'm sitting over here, playing with my packer shaft over here. Anyway, let me go ahead and let me talk a little bit about what's going on out here in the world for a minute. The United States dollar, once again, we alluded to it while we were going over the markets, hit a 5-month low against the euro. Now, why is the American dollar going low? Weren't we just talking about it going higher and higher? Weren't we talking about this damn dollar going up? Well, the reason it's going lower, folks, is because of our stupid government not coming up with a 2011 budget that they can pass and have this president of ours sign, because, they're too busy wondering about what's going to get cut, what isn't going to get cut, what pork barrel spending. I mean, it's a disgrace. All right, it's an utter disgrace, really. And, this just goes to show you that people in the currency markets are starting to hedge towards the euro because the euro doesn't care. They're already spending like crazy. I mean, we've been talking about how the euro's been, the European Union has been bailing out these morons in Portugal and Greece, and these assholes of Greece especially. Ireland, Italy, all these European countries are being bailed out, and the reason they're being bailed out is because, the two countries that are actually holding up the European Union together, Germany and France, are actually putting up the money to do it. And because they're putting up the money to do it and they're continuing to sustain the charade out there, you've got our government, pussyfooting around saying, "Oh, we got to do this, we got to do that." None of them want to cut anywhere where they really want to cut. If we really wanted to cut someplace, we would be actually talking about serious cuts that would only affect those people that probably, could use the cuts, if you want my personal opinion. But no, we're sitting over here pussyfooting around over pork barrel spending. We talked about cowboy poetry with, Harry Reid taking Senate floor time to talk about that when he should be talking about discussing a 2011 budget. Is an utter disgrace. This is why currency traders are going towards the euro, because there's an actual threat that this budget may not be passed. And let me tell you, the Democrats, and we already heard recordings that have come out of Chuck Schumer, secret recordings that have come out stating that that's exactly what the Democrats want. They want a shutdown. They want a shutdown so that they can, shut down the government, make the Republicans or the Tea Party look like a bunch of idiots, whatever. And it's a disgrace, really. It's really what's happening is an utter disgrace. And, I'm not for more government spending. I'm not for, cutting, to the point where we're, forcing people out in the streets and go hungry. But what I'm saying is we got to come up with something. All right? That's what the whole market's waiting on. That's what everything's waiting on. That's what our economy's waiting on, everything. And we haven't come. It's a disgrace. Nothing has come about. Our government could shut down this Friday, for heaven's sake, man. This is why you have the euro rising against the dollar. Everybody in the currency market are hedging their bets because, let me tell you, every day we get close to Friday is a day closer to when the government is going to shut down in America. And let me tell you something, that's a scary thought as far as I'm concerned. That means the government cheese ain't going to be delved out. That means that government workers aren't going to be getting paid. That means a lot. You just don't understand what a government shutdown is, folks. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know what the probability or the possibilities could be. This is why you have the dollar hitting a 5-month low against the euro. Now, I guarantee you, and you know what's really sad about this? That we're so, induced by this Keynesian economic theory at this point in time. That at this point in time, even if we were to pass the big spending bill that the Democrats are proposing, they want this huge spending bill. Even if we were to pass it, believe it or not, it would actually prove positive to this economy because we're in a debt spending war with Europe. I kid you not. So even if we were to spend this money, believe it or not, it would actually increase the value of everything else. This is the whole Keynesian economic idea. You debase the currency, it increases the value of everything. It's horrible. But, if we don't do anything, if there is no budget for our government for 2011, I don't even want to know what happens when the government's shut down. You know what I mean? Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, 646-652-4869. I want to hear from you. What do you think about this? Oh, not to mention our president, in the midst of him, putting us into a third war in the Middle East, which, he claimed he was never going to get us into, in the midst of him, just kind of pussyfooting around with this economy and, handing out bailouts to his boys and allowing GE to, go taxless and, all the good stuff that, yay, change, yes we can, baby, yes we can. Y'all remember the old saying. Y'all remember it, right? Y'all remember in 2008 when y'all were crying when, President Obama was elected, y'all thought that, kingdom come. You know what I'm saying? Kingdom come. Oh, yeah, baby. It's him, baby. So, Bobby, we got change going on up in here, baby. We got change going on over here. Where's that change at now, buddy? All right, where's the change at now? You want to know where the change is? You want to know where the hold on? You want to know where the change is at? It's in Junkyard America. That's right, baby. This is where we're at now. We got Junkyard America up in here, boy. That's right. Welcome to America. 30% of people out there collecting entitlements, baby. Come on down. Cars for clunkers. Cars for clunkers. Cash for clunkers, baby. We give people money and we don't care, baby. Junkyard America. Now I'll work for my president. Yeah, baby. I'm President Obama, baby. You understand? My world now, baby. My United States of America, baby. I'm a community organizer. Brother. You have to understand. You gotta understand me, baby. Yeah, I'm organizing the community. Junkyard America. Yeah. Welcome to Junkyard America. That's the way it is. Anyway, our president has finally announced that he is going to run for 2012 elections. Isn't that great? I just can't wait, can you? Huh? I wonder what the mantra is going to be now. I wonder, yes we can. Yes we can. I mean, what a bunch of buffoons. Anybody who voted for this guy, please choke yourself to death. All right, anyway, 646-652-4869. We were talking about how the dollar hits a 5-month low against the euro. We're also talking about how President Obama has announced his re-election for 2012, and I want to hear from you. Let's take some callers, shall we? Area code 213, you're on the air.
Ghost, baby, I'm glad to hear you're back, because I'll tell you what, Friday was the first of the month, but I was a little heartbroken you were going to be gone, Ghost. But I was plotting.
It was an April Fool's joke. It was an April Fool's joke, but I'm glad that you're happy that you can call me up and rub it in my face that you're collecting money on my tax time, and you got your kid, you're crying in the background because you don't care. You probably got a crap diaper. You know what I mean? Probably got 4-day-old breast milk. You know what I'm talking about? Come on.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ghost, see, if you didn't come back, if this was for real, I was going to start my own capitalist radio show on BTR, and I was going to be like the Matthew Lesko of entitlements, baby. I'd be telling people how to make their money.
Are you kidding me? You gonna tell people how to scam the government? Is that what you're trying to admit to? Stop choking that kid.
I'd be like, man.
I think your battery's running out on your government-funded cell phone. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I said I'd be
you keep going in and out. You keep going in and out, man. All right. Come on. I know that you live in a cell block in the projects, but maybe you need to go more towards from the window, and don't let the antenna touch the burglar bars either. All right. Don't let them touch the burglars. That could be affecting the signal. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me, baby? You did.
I can't hear you. The phone's touched the burglar bar. I can't hear you. Come on, man. Get it straight, baby. Come on, man. Come on now.
Can you hear me, Ghost?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? I'm telling you what, this government phone, I'm going to take it back. I'm going to complain about this. But I was saying, I was going to be like...
Wait, hold on. You complain about a government phone? You got it for free, you asshole. What are you talking about complaining about a government phone?
Yes, baby, but I can't talk. What if this was a 911 call? My baby was choking, baby. What if my kids was hurt, Ghost?
What if your kids was hurt? Well, why don't you take care of it? Why don't you take care of it yourself? You know, that's a part about parenting is that you got to act first. You know, you're the first one to act. You can't just sit there and call the 911. What are you talking about? And secondly, you know, the bottom line is, why would you complain about something that you're getting for free?
Because, baby, it ain't working how they told me it would. And now, if the government says they're gonna give me $400 worth of food stamps and they give me $300, you know, I'm gonna complain because that ain't the original terms of the agreement. You understand what I'm saying, Ghost?
I mean, you're really an ungrateful prick. You know that? I mean, you really piss me off sometimes. I mean, do you actually go through life like this? Seriously, do you actually look at yourself in the mirror in between your beady eyes and actually believe the garbage that's coming out of your suckhole?
Hey, baby, I'm just trying to be a capitalist like you. I'm trying to make my money. Why that make you
are not being a capitalist. You are not a capitalist by collecting government money. You are not a capitalist. You need to repeat that. I mean, did you see the tech guy stuff recently? For Christ's sake, do you collect refried butts like he does? Is that what you do?
No, baby, I smoke the cheap cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? I don't even smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, your phone.
And that's only on the
your phone's going in and out. You get them. Get them off. Your phone's going in and out, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's that government ass free phone. It makes me sick. He smokes them GPCs, huh? Anyway, folks, I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We got Hellhound on the horn here. Hey, Hellhound, are you there?
Yes, Howard Stern.
You stupid buffoon. Anyway, let me go ahead and take another caller here. 646-652-4869. Well, there's not even any callers here. Well, let me go ahead and move on to the next subject matter. Well, no, wait a minute. Let me stay on the subject matter of our president becoming reelected, in 2012. On what basis is our president going to, run exactly? I mean, what is he going to run on? He's a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Are you kidding me? I mean, folks, if you could time and date when he got that award and look in the archives at blogtalkradio.com/ghost, I was trash talking the Nobel Prize. I mean, you know who Alfred Nobel is, folks. For all those that don't know, he was the asshole that invented dynamite. Yeah, he invented dynamite. And now they've named a Peace Prize after this guy. I mean, it's just such hypocrisy, man. It just makes me sick. You know, take a chug of beer on that hypocrisy, for Christ's sake. But seriously, man, I mean, what is he going to run on? I mean, everything that he said he wasn't going to do, he did. Everything he criticized Bush for, he did, but to the fifth power. I mean, seriously, man, this is not a joke here. This is just, what exactly is he running on? Can somebody explain that to me? Anyway, let me go ahead and take a swig here. Yeah, it tastes good. Anyway, folks, I want to hear from you, 646-652-4869. We got 914 in the house. What's going on? You there?
What's up? It's Soy.
Hey, what's going on, Soy? How you doing?
I'm good. Sorry. I see you. Just hanging out here. I was just wondering what you thought about the government Yeah, the government shutdown, because I was just, they've been threatening that for a while, and I'm just wondering what you think makes this time so different.
Well, I mean, what makes it so different in my view is that you've got both sides so staunch about wanting to, cut so much, and another side not wanting to cut at all. And at this point in time, it looks like, and you look at the evidence that has come out. I mean, Chuck Schumer, there was a recording that was unbeknownst to him that came out and is circulated that states that the Democratic Party wants a government shutdown so that they can point the finger at the Republicans for anything that ensues after that point. I mean, this is all becoming political. This is not about the people anymore, and this is why I think this Friday kind of concerns me. I think that there might be a government shutdown. I mean, if I had to put it in percentage-wise, I'd have to put a 40% chance that it'll shut down, and each day goes by, you can knock off 10-15%.
And that would entail like the IRS and basically all those kind of like programs that we have, and like I don't understand like.
Well, no, I mean, you like anybody who's a government worker. Like, first of all, you won't get any mail.
Yeah.
You're not going to, any kind of DMV or, any of the governments, government-run stuff, any kind of government medical stuff, Social Security, anything affiliated with the government is just completely shut down. Nobody's going to get their government checks. Nobody's going to get their Social Security checks. Everything's just going to be completely shut down, not to mention that, it could afflict the states. It could afflict the cities. I mean, who the hell knows? It depends on how long the government is shut down. But even if nothing transpires and the states are able to keep control and the cities are able to keep control, our credit rating throughout the world is depleted. I mean, by us shutting down at this point in time, at our vulnerable state in the global economic system, if the United States shuts down, it literally will no longer be the standard for the economic currency of the world. You've already got China talking about they want to be the economic currency of the world. And then if you have us defaulting on our debts, and once again, who do we pay? You know who we pay these debts to, right? I mean, when they talk about deficits, you understand that concept, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, what it is people that invest in bonds. These are the people that have the debt. And the majority of the people that have these debts are going to lose money if we aren't paying on those obligated debts because we kept selling bonds to raise money for our government spending. And let me tell you right now, if we shut down on Friday, if nothing happens in America, throughout the world, we're going to look like doofuses. The euro may reposition itself as a higher economic authority. You may have China, other parts of Asia. You may have, this is some serious economic situation, and these dumbasses in Washington, they could have a care in the world about what's going to happen. They are so inept about understanding the economic consequences at this point in time, because we did have a government shutdown in 1994 when Newt Gingrich shut down the government because of the staunch opposition to Bill Clinton's influence or his sphere of influence at the time. So he just basically wanted to flex nuts and show that, hey, look at me, I can shut down the government. It ended up turning bad for the Republicans at that time, and, Newt Gingrich got ousted not too long after that. But
yeah, isn't it the same guy who everyone hates now, and, he got, vilified by a bunch of people because he ruined, the economy for a while? I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same person. But,
yeah. No, let me explain. At that time, it shut down for a week or 2 weeks. Nothing really happened. Everything was good. You want to know why? Because we were on top. We were the number one economy. We were the staple that everybody wanted to be. Nobody competed with us. I mean, even if we did shut down, who cares? Because we were the standard. We're no longer the standard anymore. You have other economies that can now take the place of America's vulnerability of them not being able to pay their obligated debt to the Treasury bondholders. And as a result, you're going to have other economic powers putting themselves forth as the economic standard. And I think that's very serious for the future of America in general.
I agree. I just, at the same time, I think, yeah, the government is they're pretty ridiculous because they can't agree on anything. But at the same time, I don't think they're dumb enough to shut down, because it would just obviously have way too many negative consequences. I mean, I don't know. It's been threatened so many times before, and you said it hasn't happened since I think 1994. So I don't know if I see it happening, but we'll see on Friday.
I hope it doesn't. I mean, I don't want a whole bunch of government spending, but at this point in time, we're so deep that spending at this point in time anything just to sustain ourselves and our credibility throughout the global economy is feasible at this point in time. Because I mean, I just want the American economy to still be a sustainable, secured investment. And by us not fulfilling our debts and basically going and shutting down, I think that it just provides ample opportunity for other powers economically throughout the world to take our place, and we'll no longer have any kind of influence whatsoever, in my opinion. I think that it has very serious implications. So I hope you're right, so I hope that they don't shut down, but I think that these idiots, they think they're dictators, once they get into, Congress, once they get into these realms of power, they think they can just thumb their fingers and wave their fingers at their constituency and lie to their faces and do the complete opposite. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting.
Yeah, I agree. I was also wondering what you thought about inflation and unemployment right now, because I know going into last month, unemployment went down. And there were more jobs created, I think like over 150,000 or something like that. And I was speculating then going into March that when we were going into April, unemployment would go up because people would have hope, maybe go looking for jobs. Usually that's what happens. Once it goes down, it tends to go up again in terms of like a short-term basis. But do you think it's going to go up or down again now? Because, I mean, it kind of threw me off when it just went down. I'm not really...
I actually alluded to, in the beginning of the program that it's going to go up. Actually, as a matter of fact, we're going to talk about that later on in the evening, or later on in the program, that I believe we're in a double-dip recession. This barrel of oil has been over $100 for too long for us to be able to sustain the potential rebound that we had in February, March, even in the beginning or later January. We had a sustainable or potential sustainable rebound had the barrels of oil continue to stay $80, $85, $87 as they were at that time. Unfortunately, now what we have is we have oil at $108 a barrel. Now we have speculators, going into the commodities markets because of demand, not to mention that you have this situation in Japan where you have radioactivity that has completely decimated the natural resources of Japan, in my view. They have to purchase food for their country through third parties, and because we are the leading producer of agriculture, of livestock, we're going to be the ones to supply that. So as a result, prices are going to go up. So this is why you're seeing commodities, and not that amongst a whole bunch of different factors. You got emerging markets, you got a growing economy, a rebound, that sort of thing. But inevitably, commodities are going up. So you compound that with the gas prices, with the cost of heating, with the cost of energy, with the cost of everything. I think that we're going to see unemployment go higher. And at the same time, we're also going to see a lot more discrepancy between those that have and those that have not. And this is purely because of our own government's disgusting, despicable economic policy at this point in time. I think that we had an echo of opportunity after the crash of 2008 for us to make an actual viable opportunity to push forward the economy of America. If we were going to spend all this money bailing out all these assholes, what we could have done is put massive amounts of money into research and development, massive amounts of money into facilitating the greatest minds out there in America today, so that we can, create the new technologies that the world is going to want to have. They're going to want to buy. They're going to want to purchase. And instead, we just gave it to Goldman Sachs. We gave it to GE. We gave it to GM. We gave it to, Captain Morgan, the port industry, Hollywood, everybody. We gave it to everybody that was in the stimulus package. We gave it to cronies. It's a disgrace. And this is all under Obama and the liberal regime that was in power, man. And, now we're suffering the price because of it at this point in time, in my opinion.
Yeah, so, you're looking at a lot of bad things coming up. Are you also implying that, considering the inverse relationship between unemployment and inflation, that we can expect inflation what do you expect with that then? Well,
and inflation is here. It's already here. We're already seeing it at the gas pump. We're seeing it, when we go at the shopping center, when we go to the supermarket and try to purchase goods. We're seeing it in the price of clothing going up because of the cotton futures going up the roof. Inflation is here, and what's really unfortunate is that we could stop or prevent this inflation if we could just understand that we need job creation, not the job creation from last month, the figures that have come out about unemployment hitting a low. Most of those jobs are government jobs. And when government jobs start outweighing private enterprise, we're no longer in capitalism, we're in socialism. And as we can see from Europe, socialism doesn't sustain itself as an economy. It doesn't produce anything. It just produces nothing but a stagnant society that just wants to sit around and drink and smoke and screw, and that's about it. That's the society it produces. And this is where we're at this point in time. Now, we need a competent government to come in and realize that, look, some of us are going to have to take some pains, and some of us are going to have to realize that we need to change the way we view the way we live life. What made this government, what made this country so great was the fact that you could get what you put in. The problem is there's no place to put in. There's no place to go to get what you put in. The reason is because not everybody has money. The only people that do have money are the rich. And anybody who doesn't believe me, take a look at all the earnings of all the high-end retailers last quarter. Macy's, Whole Foods, these huge retailers that usually have huge retail markups. These people had better than expected earnings. And meanwhile, Walmart, barely could, sustain itself. And other kind of discount retailers could barely sustain themselves. That goes to show you that there is a discrepancy between the haves and have-nots at this point in time, and the only thing that can remedy that is if we have a competent government that realizes that what we've been doing is wrong, and now we don't have to clean up not only do we have to clean up the 2008 mess, now we have to clean up the mess that this Obama administration and this liberal regime has done, because they have done devastation worse than all the presidents, even Bush Jr. You take all the debts that every president has ever had, since George Washington to George Bush Jr. You take all those deficits that were incurred. This regime under Barack Obama has surpassed them all combined, and that goes to tell you something. This is why we're in the predicament we're in. I didn't mean to get so long-winded, but it's disgusting. It really is disgusting.
Yeah, it is. But I think if the problem lies within government, then should we be increasing taxes? I don't really know. I'm just really curious about this.
How much more do you want taxes to be? There's a lot of taxes already. Look up how many taxes there are. Look up how many taxes there. You know what raising taxes does? It just creates funding for more bureaucrats. It creates funding for more bureaucratic governments. It creates funding so that these people can, inflate their stupid bureaucratic budgets. It's disgraceful. Absolutely not. Do not raise taxes. I mean, I got to go pay a tax to go drink. Every time I purchase a beer, I am paying taxes. Every time I go to a restaurant, I'm paying taxes. Every time I go fishing, I got to get a fishing license. I'm paying taxes. And I never leave the house without packing a gun. And I got to go purchase a permit from the state of Texas. That is taxes. I got to go register my car, which is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life. But I got to register my car, and that I got to pay taxes. I got to put a stupid license sticker, a little stupid inspection sticker on my car, which is another form of taxes. I got to go every 8 years and go tell this stupid DMV that, hey, I'm here, look at me, and that costs me taxes to get a new license. I got so many. It's just federal taxes, state taxes, municipal taxes, property taxes. I pay so much money in property taxes, it should be criminal. You know where property taxes go? It goes to education. It goes to education. And let me tell you where you're looking at America's education. Why don't you go talk to somebody who's under the age of 25, under the age of 28? For the most part, the majority of them are complete doofuses, man. They want to be American Idol. Look at you've got people out here wanting to become pregnant so they can get on reality TV shows. This is it's a disgrace, man. This is what our public education has done, and yet they keep raising property taxes. They keep raising property taxes and keep hiring teachers and keep paying them more and keep paying administrators more, and yet the problem keeps getting worse. The kids keep getting dumber, and yet the test scores that they show us all the time is, look, our kids is learning. Our kids is learning. Look at this. And you want to know why they're showing us numbers where kids are passing this test? Because tests are multiple choice. A freaking multiple choice test. You've got 4 choices to bubble in, and that's 25% if you're just guessing. 25%. That's better odds than the casino. You understand what I'm saying? That's better odds than the casino out there, for Christ's sake. It makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach to sit here and have to put up with the fact that I'm getting raped in property taxes. I own more than one property, all right? I own one here in Austin, Texas. I own another one off the coast of Texas. I own another one. I don't want to get into it, but I have to pay a lot of property taxes, and I don't have children that go to school anymore. You understand? I shouldn't even have to be paying these taxes. I don't have children that go to these schools. It's a disgrace, and yet I have to pay taxes so that these teachers, these bureaucrats, and all these scumbags can have all their little bureaucratic payments and all their lifetime tenures, which is unprecedented, which you'll never get in the private sector, but yet these teachers, they have lifetime tenures. They've got pensions that are 75% of their salary plus an 8% increase a year. You've got these unprecedented tax-funded liabilities, and this is what they do. This is what bureaucrats, this is what the government does when they raise taxes. This is the kind of crap that you can expect. Them creating more and more bureaucracy, more and more spending, putting more money. It's extortion, man. It's extortion. So anyway, I want to thank you for calling up there, Soy. I'm going to take some more callers here, but you're always a good caller. Always a good listener. Thank you for listening in, and but that's just the way it is, man. It just makes me sick that if we raise taxes, it sounds like the simple solution. That if we raise taxes, we'll be able to. No, that's not what happens. You see, our government, the bureaucrats, they use those taxes to put more money in their pockets. Haven't you noticed they're always putting pay raises and we got to do this? Haven't you noticed that all these Congress people and Senate people are always like, I got to get personal, hand knowledge of this across this ocean, and they're always taking trips. They're always it's all in the tax dollar, man. It's disgusting, man. Anyway, I got to get on with the show, man. Anyway, thank you for calling, Soy. Anyway, we talked about Barack Obama announcing his re-election for 2012. Yeah. Let me go ahead and move on. The U.S. continues its military theater in Libya. I mean, weren't we supposed to be in and out of there? Weren't we supposed to just be supplying, like, a couple of bombs or something, some air support? No-fly zone, remember that? We're just going in there for a no-fly zone. Now, all of a sudden, we're continuing to stay in there, and now NATO, according to reports, they don't even know if NATO is competent enough to take over the supreme command of this whole military theater in Libya. I mean, can you believe this garbage? This is supposed to be our president? I mean, he has the audacity to come out and want to run for re-election? I mean, he should be stepping down, for Christ's sake. Are you kidding me? I mean, he should be resigning in disgrace. This is horrible. This is horrible. We're only supposed to be there for a little bit. It's supposed to be a humanitarian mission, yada, yada, yada. Meanwhile, we've got people slaughtered. And, folks, if you listen to this broadcast, I always talk about how many people have been dying all across this world. And all these people are dying out here. It's a disgrace, man. It's really a disgrace what's happened. This is why I insist that the only people that should be the exclusive party in voting in this country and in any country are the capitalists, are the individuals that actually contribute to government, are the ones that actually fund these little people in the bureaucracy. These are the people that should have the authority. But if you give the whole general masses the authority, this is what you get. This is the kind of crap you get out here. People just palliating the fact that you have a supposed peace president in 2008. People cried with tears when this man was elected. Now he has put us in a third war, which is something he was completely against, which he completely criticized the last president from doing. Now he's put us in a third war in the Middle East. And this is a war, folks. I don't give a crap if you want to sit here and call it a no-fly zone, whatever the case might be. I mean, we're spending, I don't know how many, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. All right, hundreds of millions of dollars in this ridiculous Libya military theater, and it's just complete incompetence. What's happening? Complete incompetence. And it makes me sick. And NATO is too, they're becoming too chicken shit to actually go out and, take the military theater of combat in Libya. You know how these Europeans are. They're like, oh, we haven't done this, we don't know. We need the Americans to take the lead. And yes, and let me tell you something. We got goofed into this. Do you understand? That's what I honestly believe. We got goofed into this. Now we look like schmucks. This only throws fuel on the fire to this whole Islamic fundamentalism when it comes to America, this hatred towards America and the Muslim world. Going into Libya, it just makes me sick to my stomach. It just really does. Anyway, folks, remember, this was only supposed to be a limited military theater engagement. What are we still doing out there? Can somebody explain that to me? If you're one of these Obama supporters, if you're one of these ass clowns that are still justifying this like these Bill Maher cum gurglers, I want you to give me a damn call right now. 646-652-4869. I want you to justify this to me, especially you Democrats, especially you liberals that are out there, you liberal, long-haired, disgusting pieces of bedwetting crap that were out here crying when this regime and this president took power. I mean, you got to be kidding me. I want you to give me a damn call, and I want you to describe to me some kind of justification of all this incompetence. I want you to describe it, and I want you to describe it now, you milky lickers. 646-652-4869. We're still in Libya. This was supposed to be a limited engagement. It looks like we're going to be there for an indefinite part of time, for Christ's sake. How do you feel about it, liberals? How do you feel about it? Stupid milky lickers. Give me a break. Anyway, 646-652-4869. Let's take another call here. Goku, you're on the air, man. What's going on, Goku?
Hey, what's up, Ghost? Nothing much.
Hey, man, what's going on? I mean, can you believe what's going on here, man? We're in another war. It's just how there is, too. We're just going to stay there now.
Yeah, I can't believe who knows why we're there? No one knows why we're there. Not even the government people know why we're there.
Well, you should be concerned about it. People like you should be concerned about it because let me tell you, I smell a draft coming around the corner. You ever heard of a draft?
Yeah, that's going to suck.
Yeah, are you kidding me? I smell it around the corner. Are you kidding me? That is not a joke. I kid you not. We are in 3 military theaters of combat, which is unprecedented in American history since World War II. And I think that at this point in time, we got our fingers in so many pies. We're going to need some recruits, and I don't think that they're getting enough recruits out there. They're having to take in, illegal immigrants and, offering them citizenship for them to do that. And they can only do that so often. I mean, they actually have to, get some American-bred, soldiers out here, and I think that they're going to have to go to a draft. And let me tell you, both sides of the issue, the Republicans and the Democrats, agree to this. So all we need, and mark my words, all we need is some spectacular terroristic event in America for this, mandatory draft to implement itself. And let me tell you something, you guys could be on the front line, and, that's all there is to it, man. So I would be very concerned about all these theaters of combat. I'd be out there trying to, ask somebody, ask your mom, ask dad, ask the teachers, ask somebody, say, hey, what the hell's going on with this crap? And even if they tell you, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it, they tell you that, I mean, no, don't take that for an answer, man. I mean, this is some serious, unprecedented malarkey that is transpiring right before our very eyes. And let me tell you, we cannot sustain these types of military theaters without having more and more ground troops than we already have. And the way they're going to do it is they're going to start drafting people, and they're going to start drafting the young people. So I'm just warning all the young people out there right now, I know that y'all got political, not you in general there, Goku, but young people back in 2008, these people got so rejuvenated and went out for Obama and voted for him and cried and did this and that. Well, now they have to start getting serious. Now that they got one of those classic, political style anal rapes with no Vaseline with Obama, they need to realize that they need to get a little bit political. Maybe they need to take a page out of 1969 and those days. And I'm not talking about, becoming a liberal, because remember, it's those people. It's the people from 1969, the Summer of Love, the hippie movement, all these radical assholes that came out from that time. These are the people that are in power right now. This is their policy making. This is them implementing all that leftist, hippie, Marxist BS that was, free love and, Woodstock. That's them implementing that, right? This is them. This is their rule right now. And let me tell you, now they seem to be more war hungry than their parents were. Let me tell you, when their parents sent them to war in Vietnam, they were a little upset. You should read up about it. You should look at what they did. You should look at the type of lengths that they went to. Because let me tell you right now, I mean, it took that amount of effort for them to make sure that they weren't going to continue this ridiculous road of, unsustainable war. And that's why I'm calling on you and every other young person out there, man. I mean, I know it's fun to be a young person, and MTV tells me to do this, and American Idol, I want to be a star, I want to do this, I want to do that. It's time to start taking some stuff serious, man, because, before you know it, one day life's going to be going great, and the next minute, boom. Who the hell knows what could happen? I'm not going to try to predict, but who the hell knows what'll happen? Who knows?
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Who knows? Yeah. Trust me, I don't watch MTV. That stuff just dumbs down the American youth. Shows like Jersey Shore, and have you seen on the news that those two girls that got in a fight on Teen Mom or something like that? Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, I heard about like these two bimbos that were on Teen Mom got into some kind of fight. It was posted on Facebook, and now some, ambitious prosecutor is trying to take it upon themselves to prosecute these girls or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, welcome to America. I mean, that doesn't really shock me anymore, man. I mean, this is the way our American youth think. They think that, hey, I want to be a star. I'm going to go trivialize life. I'm going to trivialize life, have a kid, and just, dump them out of my uterus pipe, and then just, I don't care what happens to them. They're my ticket to, a potential reality show or to be publicly exploited. It's just an utter disgrace, and, MTV should be ashamed of itself, man. I mean, but of course not. And, we're in such a dumbed-down America, man, that no one thinks like this. No one thinks like that. You know what they think? They think like the Jersey Shore, for Christ's sake, where you got JWoww taking a piss behind a bar because she's too damn drunk and lazy to go to the damn restroom to sit on the pot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is the kind of garbage that is being fed to our American youth, and it's no coincidence why they're acting like complete and utter jag-offs. It's no wonder that they're, acting like complete and utter imbeciles. This is what they want. This is what the older generation has done to these young people. They did this on purpose so they can rob you blind and put you in your own serfdom. The only thing that can prevent you from doing that is becoming a capitalist. Because let me tell you, there ain't no way you're going to save all of the youth. There ain't no way you're going to do it. So now what you have to do is you have to separate yourself from the average schmuck that's going to be waiting in bread lines because they're so helpless and, they don't understand how to continue the continuity of the intellectual curiosity of their mental capacity. Instead, they want to be some kind of stagnant, disgusting dread on human society and make excuses on why they can't, take some mental synapses in their brains and innovate and possibly weasel their way even in a communist society. But no, they're going to be at the bread lines. They're going to be begging. They're going to be my kids. They're going to be doing all this crap. And this is what's going to separate us, the capitalists, from them, the individuals that are going to be on the bread lines, because we knew better. We knew what was going on. We knew how to diversify our assets. I mean, this is a global economy, man. There's ways to sit here and avoid these types of blunders that are going to be afflicted with certain countries. And if this country is afflicted with this type of economic uncertainty, well, and I'm not trying to sound like an unpatriotic prick, well, it's time to maybe jump ship and go to another country where, the assets that you had in this country will relay just as well in that country, and you'll be living just as fine, just as lavish, in a better civilized, pro-capitalist society. And I hate to say that type of stuff, man, but look at America, man. Do you think that they're going to be able to find some kind of light at the end of the tunnel and be able to say, oh, look, I got to sacrifice. I got to stop taking government cheese. I got to stop having these kids. I got to go out to work. No, they're not going to do these. They're not going to do it. And this is why, we're going to try to juice this economy as much as we can, but if it falls, I advise all capitalists, man. I've always been advising all capitalists, seek out emerging markets. It's not a bad notion. It's not a bad thing to entertain.
Yeah, I agree with you. Hey, one more thing before we go.
Go for it.
Barack Obama is running for election again. This will be his campaign slogan. This time, I think we'll get it right, or something like that. Like this time we'll try. That's what his slogan will be. Yes, we can again, or something dumb like that.
Are you kidding me?
That's
what
it'll
try. Something like that. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, that's disgusting. I mean, I'm sure they probably have some disgusting 3-word slogan because that's our attention span here in America.
Probably.
Yes, we can, but we'll try. Or I mean, are you kidding me? And we're supposed to fall for the American people are going to fall. Well, I guess they will fall for it. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, look at it.
Yeah. Probably. Ghost, I'm just saying I think that's what it'll be. I don't know what it will be. Hopefully he doesn't win again, but who knows? Who knows if the American people will vote for someone who comes up with
who the hell else do they vote for, man? I mean, there ain't nobody else out there. What do you got? I mean, what do we got?
Hillary
Mike
Clinton.
Huckabee?
No.
Mike Huckabee, for Christ's sake. I mean, we got Sarah Palin. I mean, come on. I don't know. I mean, Michelle Bachmann. I don't know. I mean, I guess. I don't. I mean, come on.
Donald Trump.
I mean, Donald Trump. I mean, I get Donald Trump, but what's unfortunate is that he hasn't laid out his plans. He's just been kind of evasive when being pushed about certain tax initiatives that he put forth, and he's been evasive about certain things he'd do for foreign policy. It's been more rhetorical hyperbole than any kind of substance coming out of Trump. That's why I've been hesitant to throw my hat or even entertain his attempt at presidency.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to take some more callers. And I'm on spring break right now, so I'll enjoy this week, get to sleep in and everything.
Oh man, you got spring break today, huh? Why don't you take a trip out to? Well, you're kind of young, you can't take a trip.
Yeah.
All right, Goku, man. Well, you take it easy. Have a good spring break. Kick back and order some pizza. And see if you can find a gig somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got you.
All right, man.
See you later,
take it easy. Keep capitalizing, man. You take it easy. That was Goku, an avid listener, an avid caller to the program. You're listening to the True Capitalist Radio Show. We're already halfway through the second hour of the program. This is episode number 58. I am your host, the man they call Ghost, and I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. If you could please retweet the broadcast or spread it around on your social networking sites and spread it around like wildfire, and tell everybody to come to blogtalkradio.com/ghost to hear the broadcast. And not to mention, folks, once again, I'm serious about the new contest. I know that the viral video didn't really pan out very well. It caused a big controversy. I'm glad it didn't get any bigger than it did. But once again, the top refer to www.capitalistarmy.com. All right? $200 to the top referrer. And $50 for the top profile. And how do you vote for a profile? Well, you click on those little stars out there, and you make your vote. All right. I'm calling on you to join the Capitalist Army. www.capitalistarmy.com. All right. Anyway, folks, 646-652-4869. Once again, we're continuing in Libya. I know this was supposed to be some sort of a short-term, no-fly zone, but once again, we're in there. NATO, they're little chicken shit. They don't want to take full control of it yet. That's why we're still there. We're still bombing. We're considering arming these people. We've alluded to in the past that there's a known faction that is linked to Al Qaeda in eastern Libya, and yet these are the people that we're considering. Supplying arms to, or supplying some kind of artillery to, for Christ's sake. I don't like the implications of that. I don't like where that's going, but good God. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call here. Before I take another call, let's move on to another subject matter. Japan today admitted that it is throwing radioactive water in the Pacific Ocean. But the thing is that they're saying that it's light radioactive water. It's not heavy radioactive water, whatever the hell that means. They said that they're saving the heavy radioactive water to put on the exposed rods in the exposed nuclear reactor. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, this is the kind of garbage they're feeding us, for Christ's sake. And they're dumping radioactive water in the Pacific Ocean, for Christ's sake. I mean, I'm going to try to eat as much, seafood as I can. I'm out here by the Gulf. I'm going to try to eat as much seafood as I can, and then after a while, I think that's it, for Christ's sake. I mean, we're going to start seeing, fish with two heads. Maybe grow some, feed or some crap. I mean, good God. Good God, man. What's going on with this world? And first of all, I mean, since these dumbass international institutions like NATO and United Nations like to sit here and try to claim that they're going into these areas for humanitarian purposes, I mean, isn't this as good a time as any for the United Nations to go in and basically take control of the situation out there in Japan, since the Japanese people got a goddamn, not Japanese people, but the Japanese government, the Japanese people are just vulnerable. I feel bad for the Japanese people. I mean, they're being lied to by their government. The Japanese government has got a damn chopstick up their ass, not knowing what the hell's going on. Now they're admitting, they are now admitting that they're dumping radioactive water into the Pacific Ocean, folks. All right, so, I don't know what this spells. I don't know what's going on here. I'm surprised nobody's concerned. We've kind of just completely forgotten about this situation. It's despicable. It's sick. I want to know what you feel like. I know we got some people from California out there that, could be suffering the repercussions of this, not to mention Hawaii. I know that y'all are getting Flot Sam out there in California, old Flot Sam. So I want to hear from you. I know we got some people in California who listen to the broadcast, 646-652-4869. What do you think about Japan throwing radioactive water in the Pacific Ocean? I mean, does it concern you next time you get a shrimp cocktail? 408, you're on the air. What's going on, man?
Ghost, I've been eating Red Lobster all week. Ghost, the word Coke has made me more money than I have ever imagined, in the bad way and in the good way, because today at 11 a.m. my time, Pacific Standard Time, I thought your show was over, Ghost. You had me goofed or whatever the words.
Yeah, it was an April Fool's joke, man.
Yeah.
I tried to intertwine the whole tech guy thing.
So I said, okay, let me get into Coke. Just one last good stock tip for just this one's for Ghost. So I got in at 66.50 this morning at 11 a.m. my time, and you know what it ended. I added this to my portfolio. You know what it ended with today at 68.61.
It was up $1.82 today, man. Unbelievable.
In five fucking hours, Ghost, I made money, Ghost. I made $3,700 somewhat dollars. I didn't do the calculations, but I mean, that just sitting alone.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I mean, the reason I was bullish on that is because, like I said, Coke. I mean, it's number one and number two in the soft drink market now. I mean, Pepsi doesn't even have the number 2 spot anymore. It's Diet Coke that has the number 2 spot. It's not going anywhere. It's sitting on a lot of capital, sitting on a lot of cash, and that's why it's completely, unbelievably outperformed the market, man. I mean, its 1 year target price was, according to the street, was $61. It's at $68.61 now. And, to be honest with you, it depends on how the market views it. I mean, if it may still go up. I'm still a little apprehensive. This is a little high. I'm considering possibly selling off here if it, I'm going to wait. I've been looking at this volatility, been checking out the charts on it. I'm going to wait because I think it could hit 70-something because this is, a pretty heavy stock. It's something that's a safety play. A lot of bears, a lot of bulls, obviously, are taking advantage of this particular stock. So I'm going to wait until it hits 70, and then I'm probably going to dump it, or I'll just keep it in the True Capitalist portfolio. I'm not sure yet, man. I mean, you have to pick your spots because you never know. I mean, you never know what happens to the market. Some people may flood to this stock for security purposes. Others may, jump ship and try to take other opportunities, put it in commodities, that sort of thing. But let me tell you something. It's been pretty good, not to say the least.
I mean, the 52-week high and low. I mean, that's a perfect range. I mean, I don't know if it gets any more better than that, Ghost. I mean, you called that, Ghost, and I should have got into it when you first called it. But I don't like Coke. I'm a Pepsi drinker, so I thought that would totally be, unloyal to my drink. So I just went into it.
I hear you.
Every time you kept saying, you know, whatever percent on my goddamn money. I'm sitting there, you know, pissed off. So then when you said you leaving, I said, okay, let me get Coke just for the ghost. This one's for the ghost right here. And boom, I already went up on 3,000 today alone. My God, Ghost. Thank you for coming back, Ghost.
You know, let me tell you, well, yeah, of course, I'm coming back, and you know, I'm still got my research, and of course, I'm going to be, you know, giving some more stock tips on here, also out there on the CapitalistArmy.com website. So, you know, of course, man, I mean, I want everybody to capitalize, I want everybody to make some capital, and not only make some capital, but to spread the capitalist idea, to spread the capitalist ideology throughout the world, man, because if we don't, you know, acknowledge the fact that capitalism brings the best out of mankind, it's brought in technology, industrial revolution, science, pharmaceuticals. I mean, we're living longer than any other time in world history, and it's because of capitalism. Unfortunately, people would rather allow bureaucrats take control of the means of production so that they can be stagnant, beer drinking, pothead, idiots that watch cartoons and eat TV dinners all day, as opposed to somebody going out there making money, playing hard, and working hard. There's nothing wrong with playing hard, man. Hey, if you want to drink, you want to go out and, you know, sniff cocaine off a chick's ass. I mean, I don't care what you do, just as long as you're getting paid, as long as you're making your money, and as long as you're maintaining your responsibilities. That's what living this life is all about. Until they start infringing upon that, which they are in an incremental fashion in this country, until they do that, we're going to keep doing it.
Ghost, I wanted to ask you, I don't know if you got my private message, but over here in the Silicon Valley, you know, these people in the chat room seem to think I'm just a dumb, poor Mexican and I don't work. I work. I sell processing chips, like semiconductor chips like QFPs, SOPs, BGAs, and all that other stuff. But I got a little tip that, well, it was in the paper, that Texas Instruments is going to buy National Semiconductor for $6.5 billion. I was wondering, do you think I should get some stock into Texas Instruments, or should I just let it, you know?
What's the symbol on Texas Instruments?
Hold on, let me get that for you. Geez, I don't have it right here, Ghost. Shit, I should have been prepared. I'm sorry, Ghost. Let's see. Come on.
Here, I got a TXN.
TXN, okay.
All right, let me see the chart on this really quick. Now, I know Texas Instruments have been taking a beating as of late. So
no, they've been taking a beating because they've been taking a beating since I think about '98. They've been taking a beating, but slowly, by little by little, since '05, they've been coming up. So it's just I'm waiting to see, you know, if this is worth going into, or should I just hold back and just let it do what it do?
Well, their balance sheet doesn't look too bad. You know, their cash flow's kind of modest, to say the least.
The cash flow, that's the problem. I was thinking, I'm like, okay, if the cash flow's going like that, then why are they $6.5 billion for National Semiconductors? You know what I mean?
Well, they're probably doing that based upon, a new debt obligation. You know, a new debt obligation, so that means that their debt-to-income ratio is going to raise even higher. What's the company that they're going to – well, they probably already raised up pretty high as it was anyway, but I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily go into this stock. I mean, it's just
something to watch.
You can watch it, but the thing is that I've also read some bad news out of Texas Instruments. They got afflicted by some of the research developments that are out there in Japan that got damaged that they're still recouping from. But at the same time, I mean, Texas Instruments is, they have stood the test of time. I mean, they've seen better days. I remember seeing Texas Instruments at a higher price than this a long time ago. But at this point in time, I mean, you look at the 52-week range on this. 52-week range is $22.65 on the low, $36.71 on the high. Today it closed out at $34.11. I that 3709 target rate that's put forth by the street. And even if it does hit it, I think it's going to go right back down. The market cap is pretty big on this. I mean, there's 39.98 billion shares outstanding out there, so there would have to be some dramatic news for people to be buying in and raising that market capitalization of almost 40 billion shares outstanding to make that stock price go up. So I don't know. I'm not a buyer on this one, in my opinion.
Okay. All right, Ghost. No, I just wanted your wise words because ever since I've been listening to you, I've been a faithful and loyal follower. So it's just I just wanted to get your insights on this and see if it's a good play.
No problem, man.
But as of this Japan dumping radioactive water, Ghost, I'm over here eating Red Lobster all day. I made some money this weekend. I smoked my Opus X cigar. I really felt like a Don, Ghost, like a big boss this week. I just felt so great. It was enjoyable.
That's the way you're supposed to feel, man. Let me tell you, when you make money and you make a profit and you go out and indulge, it's exactly the way you're supposed to feel. You're supposed to feel like somebody who's accomplished things, somebody who's on the ball, somebody who's not going to let what's going on at that present time, at that enjoyable moment, you're not going to let that stop, and you're going to keep that continuing at all cost.
Yeah. All right, Ghost. Well, you have a good day, buddy, and cheers to you and to all the capitalists out there. And to all my capitalist friends out there, I'm going to send you that Ghost T-shirt, and I'm going to be selling them on capitalistarmy.com. So be on the lookout and stay capitalizing, Ghost. Cheers.
All right, take it easy, man. That was Goofy Bone there for all the folks that are listening in to the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. He's an avid listener, avid caller. Anyway, we were talking about the radioactivity that's being dumped in by Japan. They've openly admitted that they are dumping radioactive water into the Pacific Ocean. And it seems to them they have no qualms. They really don't care too much about it. They think it's a great day in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood or some crap. I don't get it. But in my personal opinion, I think that everybody in the international community should be up in arms, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? They should be up in arms. They should be pissed off. But you see, this is what institutionalists do, folks. This is why I try to tell everybody that I would much prefer private enterprise have an influence over our lives. Because at least if private enterprise infringes upon us, we can take them to court, and they're going to have to pay us off. I mean, look, the government doesn't have to pay you jack. If the government does you wrong, good luck collecting. Good luck even getting an I'm sorry. And if you do get it, it's going to be 2 generations down from when you're dead, and you may get an I'm sorry and may not. It's these bureaucrats. They don't care. I mean, look at these Japanese government officials. They don't know what the hell they're doing, for Christ's sake. It's a disgrace. And yet, us as the people, we're supposed to give these idiots, authority as if they are the anointed ones of all-knowing knowledge of some sort. It's pathetic. It's utterly pathetic. I mean, unless they prove themselves of some sort, prove themselves of some leadership. But no, they don't want to do that. No, absolutely not. That's why I'm calling on everybody out there that's listening, all right? And then this is a true call to everybody. I'm calling on you to join the Capitalist Army, www.capitalistarmy.com. This is a way for us to communicate, share ideas, and act in concert if any of these governments attempt to infringe upon our freedom to capitalize. This is a serious virtual social networking community. This is not a joke. We want true capitalists that make money, and I'm not joking. I mean, we want money makers out here. We want people that want to capitalize, that want to be somewhere else next year that's better than the place they're in currently. And that's the way, that's how you know you're moving up, that you're better than you were last year. And then you're better than you were last year. That's how you know that you're moving up. And I'm calling on you, all right? www.capitalistarmy.com. Makes me sick, man. I mean, sometimes I get a little jaded. Sometimes when I'm here and I'm thinking, man, is there anybody listening out there? You know what I mean? Is there anybody listening when I'm calling on those, when I'm trying to say, hey, us as capitalists must stand. We must realize that we are the ones that fund these government institutions, both national and international. It is our labor, it is our sweat, it is our tears that fund these bureaucratic institutions that wave their fingers in our faces. It is us that creates the votes of society. It is us that makes the continuation of society flourish. And for us to sit here and be besmirched by the same bureaucrats that we fund is an insult to every true capitalist's intelligence. And this is why I'm calling on you, and I'm calling on everybody throughout the world to join the capitalist army. Join the capitalist army, www.capitalistarmy.com. I want you to join. Because let me tell you something, this government and every government throughout the international community needs to take notice that the capitalists are here and we're rising up. We're finally asserting our authority in this global community because we're the ones that fund you little people. We're the ones that fund you little people. And for you to sit over here and wave your finger in our faces as if we are a part of the masses, that we are not. We're not going to continue to sit here and be pushed around for much longer. Sooner or later, you're going to keep thumbing your finger in our chest, and we're not going to take it. Sooner or later, you're going to continue to overtaxate us. You're going to continue to overregulate us, and we're not going to be able to take it. Sooner or later, we're not going to be able to take this crap anymore, and we're going to get sick, we're going to get tired, and we're going to... We're not going to take it anymore! We're capitalists! Don't you understand that? Doesn't everybody out there understand that throughout the world? We're capitalists. Don't you understand that? And I'm talking to all the bureaucrats, national, international. I'm talking to everybody throughout the world. We're capitalists, and if you step on us, we'll smack you back. Do you understand that? You step on us, we'll smack you back. That's right. I'm calling all the capitalists out there, everybody who's listening throughout the world. I'm calling on you. What are you going to do? You're going to sit there and remain stagnant? That's what they want you to do. That's what they want you to do. Smack them down. Smack them down in the place where they belong. And that's being public servants.
You're listening to Ghost on True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
Yeah, that was a little bit of Prodigy. Smack my bitch up. Change the pitch up. Smack my bitch up. Bomb-ass song, man. Let me tell you something right now. You know, just on a personal note, that right there is something that we should be hearing right now. You know, this is 2011. This should be the future. We should be listening to that kind of stuff. You know, instead we're listening to rah rah ma 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 suck my la ma ma la la ma 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 Give me a break. Anyway, I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. As a matter of fact, let me crack open another Negra, and hopefully it's Monday, you know. It's only Monday. Monday. Da-da. Let me go ahead and open this before yeah, nice coldie. Nice coldie, baby. I like it when it's in your hand, you know, it starts giving you frostbite of the fingertips, man. That's a cold-ass beer. Anyway, 646-652-4869. We are in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. Of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. If you could please retweet the broadcast, put it on your social networking sites, spread it around like wildfire. Do whatever it takes and let everybody know that we're in effect and they're in the house and you can come in here and chat with us, for Christ's sake. Here, cheers to everybody out there while I take a chug of this Negra here. Cheers. I'm feeling good. Anyway, I know a lot of people are getting bummed out about the nuclear water that's being dumped into the Pacific Ocean by the Japanese, so we're going to move on to something else. Something that might cheer you up. Some hick pastor in Florida, you know, some Colonel Sanders-looking son of a bitch out there in Florida decided that he was going to take it upon himself to burn a Koran and make it publicly known that he was going to burn a damn Koran, right? Because, Jesus! And I guess Jesus told him, hey, burn a Koran and, whatever. Anyway, this doofus pastor burns the Koran. Now people are dying all over the world because this asshole decided to go burn a Koran like it's some big freaking deal. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it's just an utter disgrace. If there's anybody that happens to know this asshole's phone number, I'd really appreciate it. I'd like to give him a call right now. You know I'm talking about, this dumb hick out of Florida that decided to take it upon himself to burn a Koran because, he's probably trying to, increase his congregation or something, collect more money at the collection plate, whatever the case might be. Anyway, he burns this Koran. Now Muslims all over the world are getting pissed. There's like 12 killed in Afghanistan because of this crap today. We got more people killed. You have people in Yemen, pissed off. You got everybody throughout the international community. You combine that with the fact that we've got Obama sending us into Libya, which is the third Middle Eastern country that puts us in as an American, crusader-like opposition. I think that this is a goddamn recipe for disaster. It's a disgrace. And look, I understand the argument. All right? That, Ghost, come on, what difference does it make? It's just a Koran. Why should burning a Koran be any different from burning a Bible or burning this or that? Well, I can't answer that, okay? But I do have somebody on the line that is going to, make us understand why exactly, drawing pictures of Muhammad or, how you burning Korans or ripping the pages out of Korans or something of that nature. Why exactly this is a big deal. So anyway, without without any further ado, Ahmed. Are you there, Ahmed?
Who is Allah? Who is Ar-Rahman? Who is Al-Mannan?
That is right. Your Americans need to understand you cannot disrespect Allah. You cannot do this to us. Allah Akbar. You're American people, you think that you can just do anything you want. That is very sacred to us. We live and breathe Allah. We live and breathe Allah. And for you to sit here and talk all this, about Muhammad and about Allah, Allah Akbar. You need to understand that we don't take that very well. And because Colonel Sanders decided to burn the Quran, we are going to continue to kill. And we don't care who we kill. We don't care who we kill. We will kill anybody. We'll kill ourselves. We kill ourselves.
He is the master of all creation. All praise is due to the one and only.
You have to understand, we don't care. You don't do that way about the Allah. You don't do that way about the Quran. Wallah Akbar. Wallah Akbar.
La ilaha illallah. Muhammad is the messenger. Allah is our return.
All your Americans. All your Americans need to understand, don't do that to Allah. Don't do that to Allah. Wallah Akbar.
محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول
الله. All right, get him off, Iggy. Get him off. Anyway, as you can see, they take very big offense to that kind of stuff. And we all know it, and I know it's a big deal. I know people are like, oh, why don't they get it? Well, let's be honest, okay? Let's take a serious step on why they believe this, because let's be honest, they're still living in a primitive frame of mind. You understand? This is stuff that they believed like in the 12th century. They're still living, in this mentality. Why? Because of these despots that are ruling over them. You understand what I'm saying? This is why they still believe in this ridiculous nonsense, with all due respect. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about Islam as ridiculous nonsense, but the idea of fanaticism that, I got jihad, I got to do a jihad. That kind of stuff. I mean, it's primitive, man, and it really is. We're living in modernity, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? We're living in modernity. There is no reason for us to be continuing wars of religious proportions. These religious institutions are of no value to the modern world any longer. They have provided enough strife, enough human devastation, and for us humans to continue to acknowledge their presence as any kind of legitimacy is only going to put us back in evolution, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm serious about this. I mean, this asshole in this church, this whatever the hell is it, Pastor Jones or whatever the hell his name is. Terry Jones. I mean, give me a break. As a matter of fact, I think we got his phone number. Let's just see what happens. I hope this is his number. I hope that you're just not giving me some bunch of BS here. Let's see if we can get it. All right. Because I want to get to the bottom of this. I'm serious. I'm really upset. I'm really upset at the fact that these guys are going out burning Korans. Now they get the whole world pissed off. I mean, was it worth it? I mean, I just want to know what the problem is here. All right. All right. Here we go. All right. Let's give him a call here. This is supposed to be Pastor Terry Jones. This is the wise guy. This is the, Colonel Mustard, looking son of a bitch that burned a Koran. Now you got 1 billion Muslims worldwide pissed off because he burned a Koran, and I just kind of want to know what's going on. All right, here we go. Let's see if he's here.
The mailbox belonging to 35287
come on.
is full and cannot accept new messages at this time. Please try.
Come on. What are you talking about? You burned the Koran. You should be on the phone. You should be like, yeah, we did it. What are you going to do about it? Come on, you should be answering the phone, you Nimrod. Good God. Anyway, we tried, folks. You know, I mean, seriously, I would like to know what was the big idea for this guy to be, doing this type of crap, I mean, seriously, what was really the big idea? Now we've got all these Muslims pissed off. You heard Ahmed, talk about it in the previous segment there, that they're pissed off and they don't appreciate it. We should take notice of that, man. I mean, I know that, why? They can make fun of Jesus, Ghost. They can make fun of Jesus. They can burn the Bible. We don't freak out. Oh. You want to know why you don't freak out? Because you're somewhat in modernity. You understand? You're somewhat in modernity there. Even though you're still probably paying the plate at some stupid religious institution that's just, getting fat off your dime, but you're still in modernity. That means you're not going to go out and kill yourself for the sake of some sort of religious institution. You're in modernity. You see, these people will not all of them, but most of them, they're out here living in some primitive idea, this primitive 12th century concept that they believe that, when they kill themselves, it gives them some sort of significance in some other dimension or in some other life somewhere. And when you force feed this kind of stuff to a child, you force feed this type of stuff to a kid, you force feed this type of stuff to a teenager, when he turns into adults, he's going to believe it. He's going to think it's verbatim. He's going to think it's certain, for Christ's sake. And that's what they've done. Horrible, man. Anyway, Terry Jones, you Colonel Mustard, Custard, whatever you look like. You look like some asshole that just, hopped off of an 1865 movie trailer. For you to sit over there and burn a Koran, you know what you should have done if you wanted to be ballsy about it. You should have went out to Afghanistan, went out with one of the elite troops that go out patrolling in that area, find yourself a Talibani, teabag him, slice his throat, and then, say, yeah, look at this, look what I'm doing now, and you just, put some pork in his mouth and, make sure he, douse him with liquor and all this other stuff. Maybe then, we would have a little bit more respect for you. But, anybody can burn a Koran, asshole. I mean, that was like, it's kind of like the Phelps people going out with the signs, in front of people's funerals. I mean, it's like, you're shocking, but who gives a crap, you stupid moron? What point are you making? You're only proving that religious institutions are the biggest freak shows on the face of the planet, and that they are no longer needed for civil society, in my view. These religious institutions, if they're going to inspire mankind to do this type of nutcase, ridiculous activity, there should be no reason why we continue to acknowledge these institutions. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm sorry, man. Anyway, let me go ahead and move on to another subject matter. I mean, this Terry Jones, he know what he did. He's out there. He better hope his congregation uses themselves as human shield for his ass, because, he just, basically hit a beehive and, hiding behind a tree on this one. Anyway, let me go ahead and move on to another subject matter. The Southwest Airlines. Oh, Jesus Christ. The public service transportation of the air. Good God. Has anybody flown Southwest? I've flown it one time, the last time I'll ever fly it in my life. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'd rather pay the extra money to get first class in one of the better airlines so I can get some goddamn seat room, so I can actually, feel like flying is an experience, not being hoarded in like a goddamn bunch of a herd of livestock. I mean, and then the type of characters that fly Southwest Airlines. I mean, all you got to do is do a YouTube search for crazy Southwest airline people, and you'll literally have bums with no teeth, talking to themselves, rocking their heads back and forth throughout the whole freaking flight on Southwest Airlines. Well, anyway, Southwest Airlines recently had a flight where, part of the top of the fuselage literally came off. The roof came off of the plane while in flight. Luckily, the oxygen mask came on. People put them on. The pilot was able to maneuver some type of, some type of maneuver to land it. Nobody was hurt seriously. And this has caused a lot of heat on Southwest Airlines. So now Southwest Airlines has grounded, over 100 flights, 70 flights, whatever the exact number is, because they have to re-inspect all the fuselages of this particular plane. And if you happen to have any stock in Southwest Airlines or Boeing, because Boeing is the company that made this particular plane, you took a hit today. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you took a serious hit. So let me tell you something right now. I am not surprised, to say the least, that a fuselage came undone in Southwest Airlines. I mean, if anybody has ever flown those airlines, I mean, they are such an uncomfortable flight, first of all. Secondly, the plane looks like it's falling apart. It looks like it's just coming undone, for Christ's sake. And not to mention that, the staff, I mean, I hate to talk garbage about the, Southwest Airlines staff, but, I mean, it seems as if that they tried to pay top dollar in the ghetto to get these slimiest looking characters to work for their freaking company. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've got stewardess over here with 3 teeth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got, you're supposed to want to bang stewardess. You're supposed to want to, say, oh, look at the knockers on that. I mean, you got, cesarean scars exposed of cutoffs with these bimbos. I mean, you see bullet holes in their legs, for Christ's sake. It's disgusting, man. And not to mention, if you're lucky enough to get a female. Let's say you're unlucky, you get a male. Oh, good God. This guy looks, I mean, it doesn't matter who you get in Southwest Airlines as a male stewardess. I mean, these guys look like they're turning tricks in the back of the lavatory, all right? Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, these guys look like the kind of guy who sniff, world travelers' underpants, for the sake of enjoyment. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? This is just not a very well-funded company. I mean, they charge cheap flights. Of course they're going to have fuselage problems. I mean, of course you're going to have these types of things, for Christ's sake. I'm not surprised. I mean, everybody's surprised that, oh, look, Southwest Airlines, it's unsafe. Well, no kidding. You get what you pay for Christ's sake. And yeah, I know. Look, airlines. They're sticking it to the air flyer. I mean, charging for bags. Charging for this, charging for that. But hey, this is our government. Our government is interfering with the airline industry. If the airline was completely independent and autonomous from any kind of government regulation, other than regulating the air of traffic. Well, then everything would be pretty much a little bit cheaper. I mean, I think that airlines would have to compete with one another on a little bit more of a enticing basis. But unfortunately, our government has so much regulation, so much tax, so much. I mean, they're just an overlord of the airline industry. That this is the reason why you don't have very many airline opportunities, or very many airline options, for that matter. I mean, hell, I mean, you're lucky to get a couple of extra peanut bags from these people. I mean, have you tried to get peanuts on a Southwest Airlines flight, for Christ's sake? It's like freaking gold, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. Anyway, 646-652-4869 is the number to call. I want to hear from you. Let's take some calls here. 425, you're on the air. And you did that because... and you hang up. Great. You see, this is the kind of crap this is it. This is America right here. This is it. Anyway. Let me move on. Anyway, I'm not surprised, Southwest Airlines, so what? The fuselage came undone. I mean, you get what you pay for. If you're going to go $69 and be able to get a two-way ticket, give me a break. What do you expect? No offense, all right? Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about how McDonald's is going to hire 50,000 new McDonald's employees April 19th. So for Avery or anybody out there that needs money, that needs work, that claims that they can't find work, that claims, man, I can't find work. Baby, I got to get unemployment, baby. I can't find work. My legs be hurting. Man, I can't find work. McDonald's, every McDonald's in the country is going to be hiring. They're going to hire 50,000 new workers this April 19th. And you can go to any McDonald's at any location anywhere. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, this is a huge deal for all the individuals that are pissing and moaning that they ain't got no place to work. You know what I mean? They ain't got no place to work. Well, you go out there and work, for Christ's sake. And for all these people that are like, oh, man, I'm going to be a burger flipper, baby. I don't want to be no burger flipper, baby. Well, you're not a burger flipper for 3 or 4 years unless you're a complete and utter idiot. I mean, do you understand that, you start off, and if you're there for about a year, you're like team manager. If you're there for another year and a half, you're like assistant manager. And before you know it, you're up there, for Christ's sake. So even if you're a complete buffoon that knows nothing, you can get yourself a McDonald's job, stay there for about a year, 2 years, because remember, there's a lot of turnover in that industry. And if you stay there, a year and a half, 2 years, you're an assistant manager. You're a manager, for Christ's sake. You know that managers McDonald's managers make $75,000 a year, $80,000 a year, with benefits, options, stock options, the whole 9 yards. $85,000 a year, and they also get increases and bonuses and stuff like that. So for you folks to be sitting here criticizing McDonald's jobs, let me tell you something. I don't criticize any job. Any job, in my personal opinion, if you're working, you're kicking some ass. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to sit there and collect a goddamn check and sit on your fat ass and be some stagnant piece of garbage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go look into it, man. McDonald's managers make like $80,000 a year, man. I mean, it depends on the market. Of course, if your market's very low market, things are very cheap in your area, it may be a little cheaper, but, out here in Austin, Texas, man, I mean, $80,000, $85,000 for a damn McDonald's manager out here. You know what I mean? I'm serious. I don't understand why people are bitching and moaning about, man, I ain't got no job. This 19th, April 19th, go to McDonald's. Doesn't matter what McDonald's you're in. They're going to hire 50,000 new people, and all you have to do is just stay there for about a year, 2 years, and before you know it, within a year and a half, you're going to be an assistant manager. I kid you not. All right, I kid you not, man. I'm not joking. And people are like, I'd be a manager of Mickey D's for $80K. Hey, that's not the only fast food joint manager position that pays that much. I mean, people are surprised. Let me tell you something, man. managers of these fast food joints aren't just collecting chump change. These people are collecting a decent living. You understand? I mean, they're collecting a decent living, for Christ's sake. That's why whenever you see, in the parking lot of some of these fast food joints, there's always like a badass car, and you always speculate, oh, man, that's some burger boy that's just sitting there throwing all his money in his car. No, it's not. It's somebody actually managing the joint that's making a decent freaking living. You know what I mean? No, managers. No, not owners. Owners are making millions a year. You know, you have to have $1.5 million in actual assets for McDonald's to even consider you to be a damn franchise owner. No, I'm talking about managers, man. I mean, managers can literally make $80,000 plus a year at McDonald's. It's not a joke. I mean, just imagine how much money these damn things are making. You know, just imagine. I mean, you know, I was talking to a franchise owner of a fast food joint. He was saying he has 5,000 people going through his damn drive-through during lunch and dinner time, like when they're on the way to work. I mean, 5,000 people. 5,000 people. I mean, give me a break. I mean, of course. You know what I mean? And people are saying, oh, I'd have to make more money to offset the shame of being a McDonald's manager. There's no shame in being a McDonald's manager. There's no shame in being a burger flipper. There's no shame in cleaning crappers. There's no shame in cleaning the leftover secretions after a night at the XXX Theater. There's no shame in any of these jobs as long as you're getting paid to do them, son. You know, that's what's unfortunate is that, Americans, they think that they deserve this and they deserve that. You don't deserve anything, to be honest with you. You get what you get, you know? You're lucky if you do. I'm serious, man. So anyway, the reason I put that out there is because I know that there are some assholes that listen to my broadcast that are government collectors that are out here collecting off the government dole, you know, collecting government cheese. It's time for you to get up off your fat jelly asses, all right? All right, April 19th is your time to shine, baby. It's your time to get your ass off the entitlements and go out and get yourself a job. McDonald's is hiring 50,000 new workers, baby. 50,000. 50,000 new workers. Anyway, let's continue on, shall we? 646-652-4869 is the number to call. The next thing I want to talk about is Charlie freaking Sheen, all right? Charlie freaking Sheen. Now, hey, Billy, you better look into that, man. I'm telling you, 80 G's a year, man, you need to look into it. Not joking. Depending on the franchise owner, of course, and depending on the market. But let me tell you something. Those managers are making bank, man. They're buying houses, man. They're doing stuff. Anyway, we got Charlie Sheen over here going on this stupid tour. And let me tell you something right now. This is a disgrace, you know, because I happen to like stand-up comedy. And, I'm sure everybody who wanted to go to this stupid event of Charlie Sheen's, I'm sure that they were expecting some kind of, comedic performance, or some kind of, to be entertained in some fashion. Well, anyway, in Detroit, they booed him off the stage. I mean, it was a just complete disgrace. I mean, within 15 minutes of the show, people started walking out. They were upset. They were pissed. Then he recently did a show in Chicago where, let's be honest, it's freaking Chicago. Chicago is filled with a bunch of morons that believe that 70% state tax rates is, somehow a great thing to America. But, they thought, oh, it's great. I mean, of course, you still had people walking out. They still didn't really appreciate it, but it was just a disgrace, man. I mean, let me tell you something. if Ghost, yours truly, was on a freaking stage and, you know, yours truly sold out the freaking house, I wouldn't be just standing there doing nothing. You understand? I mean, the whole purpose of you going on the road is for you to sell tickets, is for you to entertain. That's your job, Sheen, you asshole. Not to just sit there and say, winning, tiger blood, look at my goddesses, look at me, I did crack cocaine. I mean, you know, we don't care about this crap. Not to mention that they're scalping his tickets now. People are like trying to get rid of him. They don't even want to go because it's pathetic. It's stupid. You know what I mean? It really is stupid. You know, I'm actually, going to put a pool in, for the, some of the people that are in the capitalist army. When this idiot is going to die. Because I think it's time for him, just to kind of go on. He'll probably be remembered better if he, takes that line too long of coke, or smokes that, Brillo pad of crack. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just time for Charlie Sheen to go. I mean, it's just completely ridiculous. How can somebody have the world on their hands like that? I mean, he had everybody, trying to follow him on Twitter, trying to, do this and do that, and everybody was on his side. I mean, he could have done anything, and then he, bumbles it up by having that stupid, ridiculous Ustream cast, which was obnoxious and pathetic. And then this idiot goes on tour and just sits around and, winning, I mean, give me a break. I mean, it's unbelievable, man. I mean, seriously, man. I mean, come on. I mean, isn't it suck that you've got people like Bill Hicks and, these people that were just taken from us in such tragic form, that didn't even do a fraction of what, some of these disgusting, despicable scumbags have consumed in their bodies, and these people are just taken from us in the middle of just the middle of out of no reason, just wow, I don't know. Anyway, let me take a swig of this beer here. I think Charlie Sheen's an idiot. And anybody who knows Charlie Sheen, you can tell him I said that. I think he's an idiot. He's a stupid buffoon. And, I'm glad they fired him from 2.5 Men. I hope they get, who the hell are they talking to? John Stamos or something. I hope they get somebody else, for Christ's sake. We don't need to see Charlie Sheen out here getting $1.5 million an episode and getting all this money in syndication to sit here and make a mockery of his job. That's an asshole making a mockery of his job when he's getting paid $1.75 million an episode, plus whatever, $200 million in syndication, $100 million, whatever the hell it is. It's disgraceful. It's utterly disgraceful, man. And then you're going to take this job like it's no big deal. He's acting like, some asshole who's a burger flipper at Mickey D's saying, man, I ain't going to work tomorrow, baby. Screw that, man. Hey, man, he always telling me to flip burger, flip this, flip that. I ain't going, man. I ain't going to work, baby. Screw that, man. I ain't going. That's what he was doing, and this guy was getting paid $1.5 million an episode. I mean, what a disgrace. That's why, Charlie Sheen, go piss off, all right? Straight up, go piss off, for Christ's sake. Piece of crap. Anyway. 646-652-4869. On a better note, I want to talk a little bit about Anonymous. For all the folks that don't know who Anonymous is, well, obviously you're not on the internet long enough. But Anonymous today decided to take on Sony. And for the folks that don't know what's going on, there's a guy by the internet handle GeoHot, which is actually a pretty brilliant kid that was able to crack the codec, I believe, of PlayStation 3, so that one can be able to play their own applications on that given showing people how to do this for a fee, and, Sony closed them down, took them to court, tried to put them in jail. And now Anonymous is responding accordingly by, I think they did a DOD attack, or a denial of service, DOS attack, on Sony. I think they're protesting Sony. So I think it's a pretty big deal there, man. I mean, no kidding. I mean, to sit here and prosecute people for trying to be engineers. It's one thing that, GeoHot was trying to sell something. That he was trying to sell the way to crack the codec. I mean, I can understand there's a case there. They could have stopped them from doing it. But, for them to try to prosecute him and try to, make a mockery of him was just it's disrespectful. I mean, isn't the whole purpose of, creating new innovative minds was to take modern technology, take it apart, and figure out new methods on how to put it back together, or put it back together, put it back together in a new, more efficient, more energy saving, more whatever kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I, am kind of on the side of Anonymous when it comes to this. Although, I think they kind of push the Scientology thing too much, man. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I know they're real strong about that, but, so what if a bunch of Scientologist idiots think that they're, descended from an alien and they want to kill themselves or whatever the hell they're doing? Who cares? I mean, I'm all for people that want to just go out and, become some kind of cult that want to kill themselves or something. I mean, that's fine with me. I'm all for that. You know what I mean? I mean, I do agree that, Scientology is an imbecilic, dumbass concept and to even approach it as a religion is obnoxious. All right, it really is. It's stupid. But, all the energy and effort, man, I mean, come on. I mean, there are other subject matters where you can make bigger of an impact, and they're more important. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe somebody from Anonymous's family got hooked into this Scientology, and they didn't want to let them go from the compound or something. But hey, that's life, baby. I mean, cults are going to be there. I mean, things are going to be there, man. I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, if you're going to be protesting against anything, you should be protesting against the whole damn idea of institutionalistic religion. If you're going to be protesting against anything, you should be protesting against pedophiles. If you're going to be protesting against anything, you should be protesting against this damn government that is making a mockery of every capitalist that contributes to the tax system. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think this Sony thing is a good, good deal here. It's a good protest. But, if you look at the anonymous protests, I mean, they're all related to Scientology. And look, I hate Scientology, all right? I hate Scientology. I think that, John Travolta is a disgusting, despicable heathen. I think that Tom Cruise is a ridiculous imbecile if he thinks he's the Jesus Christ of his Scientology religion. Believe me, I think it's a disgrace. They're pathetic, stupid, ignorant people. I mean, Dianetics. I mean, come on, man. Did Dianetics, help predict that kid that Travolta, kind of, according to court reports in the Caribbean? And that he just let him die. This is according to court reports. This is why they went to the Caribbean to prosecute the paramedics for supposedly blackmailing, right? Blackmailing John Travolta because they were going to blackmail him in saying that he let his child, the autistic child, he just let him die. Whatever was happening, he just let him do it. And they tried to take these paramedics to court, and the jury acquitted these people. The jury acquitted these people. So my question is, Travolta, I mean, where's Dianetics there? Where's L. Ron Hubbard there? You know what I'm saying? I mean, not to mention, where's L. Ron Hubbard to save that disgusting scalp of yours? Have you seen what John Travolta is using for hair? This guy's putting on some kind of mesh on his head and putting through little hairs in these little... I mean, it's disgusting, man. So look, Anonymous, I get it, all right? But this is what's unfortunate about Anonymous. It's too disorganized. One person who has, an influence within social networking connections can put a call out for a protest for anything, and everybody's just going to go ahead and, go along with it, man. I mean, you got to have purpose, man. I mean, if you're going to do some serious crap, if you're going to be taken serious, you got to do something for a serious cause. You got to do something for a serious purpose. When you're interviewed, your spokesman cannot say, "Oh yeah, we're doing this because Sony did this to get hot, and we're doing it for the lulz." No, man, you got to do something better than that, man. You got to say something better than "we're doing it for the lulz." I mean, that really makes the whole the whole organization sound like Jackass gone wild, seriously, or like Tom Green, on steroids or something of that nature. I mean, there's no legitimacy behind it. That's why even though Anonymous does these types of protests, they fall on deaf ears. They fall on deaf ears because there is nothing backing them up. All right, there's nothing back there. Why does there need to be legitimacy in anything? Because if you don't stand for anything, if you don't stand for nothing, you don't stand for anything. That's what George Bush said. No, but seriously, man. No, I'm not quoting Bush. I'm just joking. No, but seriously, man, you have to stand for something, because then you're just some insignificant primal, animal that is going back into the jungle. This is not the jungle anymore. You understand? I mean, we all have to realize that we have to come together in a form of reason. We can't sit here and continue, to believe that we can just act like dumbass primal animals, and because this gives justification. I mean, you don't understand, okay? Without having a cause, without having a purpose, this justifies and legitimizes those that want to prohibit free speech on the internet by, doing these types of, activities without any kind of cause, without any kind of real substance, gives credibility to those that are trying to implement laws to regulate this great internet. So, I mean, it's just unbelievable. So what I'm saying to Anonymous is, look, I get it. But what I'm saying to you is that you have to be better organized, first of all. Secondly, you have to understand that you'll have to stand for something. All right, now I understand internet freedom. I'm down with that. But then, you go on with these other... I mean, nobody knows who's in charge. So that's why I'm saying, man, as much as I respect Anonymous for this particular exploit with Sony, I'm just saying, in my personal opinion, it's time for any of those individuals in Anonymous to get serious. And if you really want to get serious, well, then join the capitalist army. All right? No, hey, look, I get it. Yeah, anti-Scientologists. I know, Sereno, but, so what? Scientology, I mean, with all due respect to Anonymous, there's a lot more, better causes to be hopping on than a bunch of Nimrods who believe that, some alien, came down and, infected the earth with his sperm or something. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? I mean, there's other things to be doing out here. There's other things to be more dangerous, more important things to be doing, man. I mean, that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to be critical. I'm just saying that Anonymous, what they need to do is they need to get serious about the substance of their subject matters. And, of course, yeah, we can all be against Scientology. That's great. But, to be focusing that much attention and energy on it seems like somebody within the hierarchy of Anonymous is just trying to push some kind of personal vendetta. Somebody who probably started this whole little secret quasi-organization is just pissed because, they probably lost a mommy or daddy or something to Scientology. But, I mean, let's be honest, man. I mean, this is free will. This is free will. So, I mean, how can you sit here and say that, we're going to be against Scientology? I mean, I get it. I'm against Scientology. I hate Scientology. I think it's a disgrace, I mean, seriously, I think it's a disgrace. Yeah, Sereno, exactly. They should be against the cyber armies in the Middle East. That's a very good point. They should be against a lot of different things. But, this whole idea of doing it for the lulz, and then you've got people like Tech Guy who are intermixing on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just to remind you folks, here's the footage from Tech Guy, and he names Anonymous specifically as it relates to his pedophilia. I mean, listen.
No, just say that you have herpes, but you're on Valtrex and your asshole is clean.
Hey, I just want to be your friend on Facebook.
And like you're retarded.
Sierra's best work. What is this?
Oh, damn.
Who's that? That's not Sierra. Hey, is that CP?
That's Sierra.
Oh, no, that's not Sierra.
That's the girl in the chat.
That's not Sierra. You guys are posting CP. You little bastards.
I'm not posting. It's not.
You fucking tried to trick me, dog. Wait, did somebody hang up?
Yeah, Sierra left.
Because I said it was CP?
No, because he posted a picture of her.
Oh, she got sad?
Yeah.
Who posted it? Wait, let me see.
I posted it. She got mad. Fuck.
Oh, no!
Yeah, she doesn't like that shit.
Wait, she's little.
That was like 3 years ago.
120 pounds, maybe.
She's like 110 pounds.
Now we made her sad. She thought it was funny.
She thought it was funny, huh?
How did you find a pic of her back in the day?
That's like her most popular thing.
I was Googling pencil bait, and I looked up pencil bait on torrents, and then there was a torrent of her X-rated video, and I went to that, and I went there to the comments on the torrent. This girl is not 18 years old, and it's a picture of Sierra, because her video is the one where she's like 11 or 12.
She has a porn?
Yeah.
No way. Wait, how old is she?
Dude, she was 12 in that, but she was 15.
She was born in 2008.
That girl looks like she's in middle school. Like, for real.
She's a sophomore.
She's 15. Why did she leave? Can she come back? I didn't post the video.
No, I don't think she's... Well, she maybe will, but that shit fucks with her a lot. Guy who blackmailed her's in jail. Not for that one, but for another one that he did after that.
Oh, wait, he filmed underage girls?
Not filmed them, but blackmailed them, like, coke and shit.
How do you obtain 12-year-olds' porno and blackmail them?
Ask card.
There's girls that go on cam on a site called stickam.com, and they go on cam and they expect everyone to be friendly, but instead everyone just asks for tips. They're like, tips or get the fuck out, and then they show up 4chan, and then they show up 4chan, and they're like, oh, 4chan is so cool, I want to get naked for Anonymous. And sometimes they get naked for Anonymous, and sometimes they get naked for blackmailers. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning when there's CPA on 4chan.
Gross.
No, get it off just for a second. Now, do you see what I'm saying? I mean, do you see what I'm saying here? Anonymous, because I read the statement that Anonymous put out as it relates to this protest against Sony. that they just did it for the lulz and then to get back about GeoHot. But, you need a little bit more substance than that. You understand what I'm saying? Now you've got, yourselves intermixed with this type of, pedophilic activity. You know what I'm saying? Did you hear Tech Guy? You see, this whole 4chan Anonymous thing. And if Anonymous is going to be serious, you can't be affiliated with these types of people. You can't promote this type of activity because it validates the overseeing or the regulation of the internet, man. They're going to regulate this goddamn internet because, there's too many damn imbeciles out here that are utilizing the internet as a goddamn playground for underage pedophile pornography, for Christ's sake. And what's really unfortunate is that, you've got, Anonymous who, is getting press, but, the spokespeople aren't really, saying very much, nothing of much substance other than, oh, yeah, we're getting back for GeoHot, and yeah, we're doing it for the lulz. Great. So, what, you did that for the lulz? Look, you heard Tech Guy. He was very clear in where he gets this type of pedophile type of material, this type of child porn material. He was very clear. Anonymous and 4chan. And, I know these are areas that Anonymous, pretty much, dominates their turf. And yet you heard, the Tech Guy, say that, hey, this is where this is at. This is the child pornography. This is where you can find it. And, girls like to, they think that they're getting naked for Anonymous. This is sick, man. So my question to Anonymous is that if you're going to be protesting and doing all this energy and, walking the streets for some stupid dumbass cult like Scientology, why don't you go out and take care of these disgusting, despicable pedophiles that are making Anonymous and everybody else look like idiots that are making the governments justify the goddamn overlord and the overseeing and the overregulation of the internet. That's all I'm saying, man. This is serious. This is just disgusting that, I could just see it right now. I know what's going on. You understand? I know what's going on. The government is going to utilize these types of groups as reason to regulate the internet. And it's a disgrace that Anonymous, a supposed organization that's supposed to be, for internet freedom and all the loose things that we've heard about them, will allow this type of activity to be conducted and yet utilize all their energies and efforts to focus on Scientology, to focus on denial of service attacks of, just dumb targets, man, targets that are meaningless. And I just don't understand, how can you justify, going after Sony? And, don't get me wrong, I understand going after Sony, but how can you do that and allow, assholes like Tech Guy and people that Tech Guy describes, how can you allow these people to cruise around your turf? How can you allow these people to, be on the same, fiber optic networks as you? You know what I mean? Serious, man. I'm talking to Anonymous personally here because, hey, you've got the press. You got people listening. The problem is that you have no cause. You have no substance. The guy, look at this guy right here. It's what it says right here. Yeah, we did it for the lulz. Yeah, we primary sources of free lulz, and you know how we feel about the lulz. Yeah, great. Yeah, great accomplishment. You're only justifying the need for regulation on the internet, you morons. Because, you see, if you do it for no reason, if you do it just for the sake of doing it, well, then that's why they're going to regulate the internet. You know? If you do it for the sake of doing it, that's why they're going to regulate the internet. But if you have a purpose, if you have a cause, there is a form of negotiation. There's an avenue of negotiation there. There's no avenue of negotiation with Anonymous. It's just chaos. And you understand that people that are supposed to be for internet freedom, people that are supposed to be promoting internet freedom are not supposed to be sitting here, providing substance for governments worldwide to put a regulation on the internet. And that's exactly what's happening here. You all heard that clip. Now I'm calling on Anonymous, man. It's time for you all to figure out where you're at. If you're going to continue to be some lulz, oh, yeah, we're doing it for the lulz, this and that, well, then let me tell you something. You're going to have these pedophiles and all these people linked with you. You're going to have these child pornographic material collectors linked with you. And I know people can sit here and say, oh, it's government people, it's this, it's that. Hey, in my personal view, all right, I know there's going to be government provocateurs, but it seems to me that there's enough of Anonymous to, that are closely niched and tightly networked to be able to at least cause a couple of demonstrations, whether virtual or physical. But at the same time, they are for substance. They're for subjects with no substance, man. And all I'm saying is that, look, I agree with the Sony thing, taking it out on GeoHot. I thought they were trying to do something to him, but hey, the bottom line is that, if you are going to get any respect from the public eye, you're going to have to nip this goddamn child pornography thing in the bud. And that's all there is to it. All right? I mean, you heard it right from the mouth of somebody who is an avid person intertwined in this anonymous world. You heard it right from his mouth saying, hey, these 12-year-old girls, they get all infatuated and they want to get topless for Anonymous and that sort of thing. It's horrible. Anyway, it's 4 minutes left in the broadcast, folks. I know I was going to talk about the double dip recession. We kind of did talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. Anyway, I hope that the individuals from Anonymous, learned something from what I said, man, because, you got to do something for a reason. I mean, you can't keep doing this because, you're the one that you're going to be the cause of the regulation of the internet, man. I mean, seriously, you're going to be the cause of the regulation of the internet. And it just makes no sense that you're going to cause all this havoc, you're going to do so much things, and have no cause. I mean, rebels without a cause, bureaucrats love, lawmakers love, people that make authority love these types of people. It justifies more and more authoritarian rule. And what makes me sick is that the internet, is the last form of freedom that we have. This is the last form of freedom that we have. All right? And unfortunately, if and you see, you got somebody in here saying that I'm missing the point. If you have freedom on the internet, then pedos have the freedom to ped. Absolutely not, man. I mean, isn't this anonymous? Aren't they supposed to be the ones with the big balls and the virtual gang? And I mean, you see, it's such hypocrisy, man. It's such hypocrisy. Absolutely not. I mean, people can regulate themselves, man. I mean, if you're a serious group, you don't want to be affiliated with somebody that does child pornography. But I mean, in my personal view, it doesn't seem like Anonymous cares that that they want to be affiliated with that type of idea, that type of image. That they don't care that you got losers like Tech Guy and all these other people utilizing methods that are created by Anonymous, by 4chan, by these people. They're utilizing these venues to view child pornography. It's a disgrace, man. And look, you do what you want. But let me tell you something. If you're just going to cause chaos for the sake of chaos, then it's going to be on your shoulders the reasons why the internet is regulated. And, if you think you're going to go down in history as some, internet freedom fighters, on the contrary, you're going to be the cause of the regulation of the internet, man. It's unfortunate. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this anymore. It makes me sick just thinking about it, man. This is the last form of freedom we have on Earth, and we got people just, I'm out of here, man. I don't know. I'll think about coming on tonight or tomorrow or day. Who knows? Who cares? I'm out of here. It makes me sick. You got pedos walking. You got pedos on the internet, and yet, let's go do this. And I mean, Scientology. Anyway, CapitalistArmy.com, man. I'm out of here.
You've been listening to True Capitalist Radio. The thoughts, views, ideas, comments, and opinions of the host of this show are absolutely his. Catch more live episodes Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30 Central. Or check out archive shows at blogtalkradio.com. True Capitalist Radio.
That's it.
A Napa guy knows not to judge a man by his car's multicolored paint job or absence of modern gadgetry. Who cares if it's technically old enough to vote and the windows are powered by the strength of your left arm? Your monthly payment is zero. And it'll stay that way. Because with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, you can keep anything on the road. She may not be pretty, but she's all yours. That's Napa know-how.